Hello, Canada, and welcome to Regina on this chilly Saturday afternoon for the opening semi-final of the JVC TSN Women's Skins Game. And we welcome you inside to the Tartan Curling Club. 4 teams have qualified. The defending champion from Saskatchewan, Sherry Anderson. Kelly Law is in as the reigning Canadian and Women's World Champion. Shannon Kleibrink skipping the team, formerly handled by Sandra Schmerler. And the qualifier out of the Winnipeg JVC Spiel, Renelle Bryden of Calgary. And we're playing for lots of money, $90,000 in total prize money. Each of the semifinals is worth $19,500. We'll double that for the final. There's an additional winner's bonus of $11,000, and we started it all off by playing for $1,000 in a draw to the button to seed the teams. And that $1,000 went to the qualifier, Renelle Bryden, who originally is from Regina, but now calls Calgary home. Renelle qualifying out of the Winnipeg Bonspiel a couple of months ago. She actually came through the hard way. She won a 3-4 playoff after Elizabeth Gustafsson of Sweden played Kelly Law in the final. Law was already guaranteed a spot. Gustafsson, due to prior commitments, could not attend. And so Renelle Bryden gets the spot, and she gets the first money of $1,000. Our first semi-final is all Saskatchewan. It is Team Kleibrink with Gooderite, McCusker, and Betker against the defending champions, skipped by Sherry Anderson, with Donna Gignac, Sandra Mulroney, and Kim Hodson. We're at the Tartan Curling Club, where it's time to read the ice with Ray, and it's brought to you by Kia.
Last week, Fredericton. This week, Regina. The little man is here, Shorty Jenkins. And when he's here, it curls. Let's talk about it. Around the center guard, you're going to have about 2.5 to 3 feet of curl with both turns. Coming with both turns, it'll change a little bit as the game progresses. Around that corner guard, the inside out, about 4 feet of curl. Now, when we come from the outside around that guard, maybe a little bit more. On the one side of the sheet, it'll hold, and then break late, and you get probably 3.5 to 4 feet of curl. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this ice surface, because Shorty has mentioned to me on this side of the sheet right here, there's a hot spot. And that means underneath the ice surface, it's a little warmer. It gets to about 26 degrees under there. So in the later part of the game, you may see a lot of big curl. Make sure you have rotation and a little bit of fudging that area. All the curlers are aware of it, but it's a little bit warmer on the side of the sheet coming home with that intern.
So we're ready to start this opening semifinal. Kleibrink against Anderson. Sherry Anderson, ranked second in the draw to the button, has elected to take the hammer, and that gives the white stones to Shannon Kleibrink. Getting us started is the Kleibrink lead, Marcy Gooderite.
Linda, we'll keep an eye on that intern coming back home towards the glass here and watch it, because Shorty mentioned it, as I said in the reading the ice segment, that it was a hot spot underneath the surface. Nothing he could do with it. He pebbled it a little bit differently. But as we get to the 4th or 5th end, and there's a good crowd here this afternoon, we may see that there'll be a little bit of fudging. We saw it last week in Fredericton on the intern going away, actually, interesting enough. So we'll watch it closely, but the ice surface looks great. He always has a great sliding surface.
Terrific ice. Donna Gignac throwing the first rock for the Anderson team. The Anderson team being the hot team on the circuit. They've won 3 Bonspiels. As a matter of fact, it was 3 weekends in a row. They ranked number 2 on the tour after the play finished last week, so they've been playing very well.
Okay. Got that out of the way.
Corner guard is thrown up, but it's too far over. It's just not going to be a factor, really. I mean, possibly you can get in behind it and be covered, but just too far over.
We're playing for a $1,500 skin here in this first end of this opening semifinal.
Got a curl.
What's that?
Got a curl.
Line's great.
Line's great. Gotta go. Hurry.
Line's great. Hurry.
Room.
Hurry. Line's great. Hurry.
Hurry.
Right out. Hurry.
All it goes.
As far as it'll go. Hurry.
Hurry hard.
Hurry. A little bit farther. Hurry.
Move over far enough. Looks like it did. Good brushing by McCusker and Becker.
Well, Sherry Anderson has the hammer in this first end. She'll need 2 or more to get the skin. Without the hammer, you have to steal. And if you take 1 point or blank an end, it's a carryover of the cash. Blanking an end, you lose the hammer. No point in that. 70 minutes plus 3 1-minute timeouts for the team. So you have to play very quickly. And with lots of rocks in play, the players have to be in the hack ready to go.
And the viewers across the country that may have been with us last week will remember in the final game in particular when Greg McCauley put his mask on and stole. So it was a little bit away from the norm, where usually we see that the last rock advantage being the better way to get your skin, but
Line's a little tight.
not last week.
Got to move.
Tighter line.
Line's good.
Hey, tight.
Line's good.
Halfway.
Whoa. Over curling.
Weight's great.
Whoa,
Tight.
over curling.
Halfway to tight.
Yep.
Just halfway.
Hurry. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're good. We're good. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Gotta go, Joan.
Nice shot.
Nice guard.
You can see a little piece, see? Sandra, just give me this. If you rub that, that's okay.
You can see a corner of it, as you heard Sherry mention, so they're going to try and play it quietly. And if you get the front one, fine. The thing you can't do here, of course, is miss them both.
Whoa. No. No.
And quite a cautious approach to this first
No,
end.
not at
Both
all,
teams,
guys.
I think,
Yeah,
wanting to
bumper.
get that initial cash on the board, and Sherry not interested in
Not at all.
taking too many risks, just playing it fairly open. And what did you say, Ray?
Okay. Okay, Sandra. All right, Sandra.
You just can't do that. Actually, I have to tell you that I did the same thing in a provincial playdown spot bonspiel, and I couldn't believe that I made that mistake. That's a shot that you cannot miss the front one. If you don't get the back one, you have to get the front one.
Where is she?
Good. Halfway.
You should have seen the look I got from Barry Fry, too. And I didn't blame him, because it's just something, that's a mental mistake. We all make mistakes mechanically, but you can't make the mental errors.
And of course, you remained really cool and calm and didn't throw anything, probably.
That's good. Hey, girl.
Nice shot, Joan.
Linda, the ice times are brought to you by Robin's Donuts.
Well, we're seeing about the same times we see at many of these events. Take out 9.5 seconds between the hog lines, hack 12. That all-important draw, 14 to 14.5 seconds, depending on the piece of ice, and the guards around 15.5 seconds, so it's good and fast.
Okay, Sandra.
That's a terrific shot by Sandra Laroni. Corner guard up now that can be used.
You'll hear some other times from the teams, especially that first one, backline to first hog, about 3.6 seconds. That's for sweeping. Hog to tee is 24. Add them together. Backline to tee is 27.6.
Jan Bitker as we
Line's a
play
little tight.
third stones here in the first. It's worth $1,500.
Line's good.
Yeah.
Do you handle all the bank accounts and things at home, Linda? Like because you get such a look on your face when you get into those numbers. So
Numbers are great.
You handle all the money and.
Well, no, since Sal is an accountant, I don't
I
get really
see,
to
I
do
see.
that, but I like to talk to him about it. See, I just bring up those same stats.
You want a 3 or up a bit? No, 3's good.
Chance for the double here.
Yeah, just that guard come a little too deep.
Too deep for sure, Victor. Not only you can get the double, you can get the double, and the roll behind the corner guard that you mentioned is now in a better position.
Whoa. Off, off. Whoa. Off, 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 off. All right.
All right.
Boy, that seemed to stay straight.
Well, if you noticed, if you remember back again to last week in Fredericton, even with that kind of weight, they were moving a little bit. But I watched all the practice sessions today, and if you step it up a little bit, Vic, they're going to run. It's going to run pretty straight. It's a harder surface. It's a little colder outside, as you mentioned, and
Well, that raises the question, Lindy. Do you think? I mean, it is.
Line's good. Line's good. Go to
Minus
girl.
25 without the wind chill. Does that kind of temperature outside affect the ice inside?
Well, it can affect it a little bit, but I think, as Ray's pointed out, the main thing that happens in skins is the fact that this building is converted. You have stands and drapes and things, and the airflow is just that much different. So that's the bigger problem for Shorty. Just a little bit different setup for a curling club.
And over the season, we talk so much about, as we move to the Scott Tournament Hards and to the Nokia Briar, we'll be talking about the air conditions and the temperature at ice surface. And in it, this is a very dry climate, as you know. I mean, the prairies is much drier than the East Coast, for example, and the humidity factor isn't the same in a building like this. So it was one of the problems out west for a long time, and it's why one of the reasons how some of the eastern teams, particularly in southern Ontario, who had ice makers like Shorty Jenkins and others, that made the ice surfaces and got to the curl concept a little quicker than we did out here. We played on so much straight ice for so many years in the west that you know, we didn't get to that come around touchback game as quickly as the Howards and the Warnicks and the top teams from Ontario. But the ice in the west is much better, has been much better the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, and as a result, we're seeing the strength, as you mentioned, Vic, in women's curling is just phenomenal in this province.
Yeah.
Skip stones to come. Shannon Kleibrink, and it's interesting that first stone thrown by Marcy Gooderwright sits center line, top 8 is still sitting there.
Looks like lots, hey?
We're tight.
And the problem for Sherry Anderson is that first corner guard that went so wide. If you play them tighter, you can always raise them up on shot rock. But those blue stones are way over.
Hard for line, quick line.
McCusker closest to the stone, Gooderwright out in front.
Easy. Sit. Okay.
And this time it doesn't come quite far enough, and we'll leave maybe a quarter, maybe a third of a stone exposed. She's been terrific, Shannon Kleibrink, 97 Skins champion, Alberta champion, and this year and this season asked to join the other 3 with the passing of Sandra Schmirler, and ironically they asked the skip that they beat in the Olympic trials final to go to Nagano.
Once again, an attempt to make the double with the in-turn. We've only had one out-turn in this whole end. Sherry's in-turn.
No. Up. Close. No. Off. Whoa. Off, Sandra. Off. No. No. Not at all. No. Okay. Wasn't real. Yeah, it wasn't real pretty. Catching, eh, John?
Yeah, last year was stunning performance by Sherry Anderson as she won a record women's skins of 64,250. Hasn't broken through yet, though, onto the national picture as far as the Scott Tournament of Hearts, a 2-time Saskatchewan champion. But when it comes to the money and playing on the tour, Linda, a few have been better. This year finishing second to Sherry Madaw, who won the big Sask Power Schmirler Memorial Bonspiel last year here last week here in Regina. So Sherry Madaw is the tour winner.
Yeah, but Sherry Anderson has shown year after year, as we saw, Vic, they are very good on the Bonspiel circuit. Just need to put it together now after Christmas. They do have that berth in the Olympic trials based on last year's tour win.
Just gonna overcurl here. No, not at all.
This has been a very basic end. First one in.
Just got tight.
And the blue went to the side, and now it's been trying to protect. That one will not protect that well.
Okay.
Just quiet. And give me Sandra Hack there. She was full.
Looking for the carryover. Remember, you need 2 with hammer to pick up the skin. So Sherry Anderson looking to force the carryover here in the first.
Well, there's no comment required here. The rock just curled too much, and you heard Jan Betker say to the front end as they came down the ice, she just got tight, meaning just inside the broom, curled too much, and this gives Sherry Anderson a very good opportunity to get off the hook here.
Matter.
Looking for the carryover, as Victor mentions.
Wow.
No, it doesn't matter. You're right. You can just pick it as she hopes to, or sit there and count the 1. Either way, it would mean a carryover. Final stone worth in a $1,500 skin, looking for the carryover. Sherry Anderson.
Clean. Firm. Whoa. Clean. Yep.
Sandra Maroney closest to the stone. Donna Gignac out in front. Pick it.
Good throw.
Good throw indeed. And so we'll carry over the first 1,500. We'll add another 15 in the second. When we come back, we'll be playing for $3,000 nicely underway here in the JVC TSN Women's Skins Game.
The 2000 JVC TSN Women's Skins Game from Regina, Saskatchewan is brought to you by JVC. Excite your senses. Your Husky and Mohawk ethanol, gasoline, and fuel retailers. Kia. It's about time everyone had a well-made car. Microsoft eSolutions. Where you get your ideas is your business. Helping you make them work is ours. And Robin's Donuts, still rockin' after all these years.
And we welcome you back to the Tartan Curling Club in Regina. In its opening semifinal, moving to the second end, the team of Shannon Kleibrink will have the hammer, and so they'll look to score the 2 to pick up the skin of $3,000. And to get us going, this is the lead for Sherry Anderson. This is Donna Gignac.
Well, we saw a very open first end, Ray, and I think most people feel you have to put a few more rocks in play. And as I mentioned, I think the team with the hammer has to bring those guards a little tighter to center line. So we'll see what they do this end.
Gotta like the way Sherry Anderson threw that last stone of hers, though. It was crystal clean, and she, threw it up and had a good read on the ice. We keep, track of chances, and you have to remember that there was a chance for Shannon Kleibrink to really put the pressure on and force Sherry Anderson to draw to the forefoot, go wide to draw to the forefoot for the carryover. So,
That's a line. Line's good.
and we talk a lot about the importance of that first skin, and I really believe it's so nice to get something on the board.
Line's good.
Now it's funny, we've seen the first 2 stones of these ends, the first and second end, go into the rings, and I'm wondering if that's a conscious effort on behalf of both these teams. Without the hammer, we're going in, we'll let the person with the hammer force the play.
Yeah, they want them to take the risk. If you put a center guard up first, Vic, instead of coming in, you allow the opponent to come around your guard. And they're just saying we don't want to do that in this circumstance. The tap back turned into more of a freeze. So we have rocks in play.
No line yet, guys, but
Right in.
we're in.
Right in. Don't touch it.
Now this is the intern we talked about, Linda, right here. Where the ice is under the surface. It's a little bit warmer there, and we have a little bit more movement in that area. Not so much maybe in this end, but as the game progresses and it gets a little warmer out there, you have to really be careful. That's the path right there. So we'll just keep an eye on it.
He really does seem to want to screw to a stop there. I mean, it just,
It's maybe a little too early to notice it or for it to have a great effect, but for sure we're going to watch it as the game goes on. I went out there with Shorty with the gun, and he showed me the read.
Hurry! 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 Ready! Right up! Roll it!
That's not rolling.
Good girl.
July 2, and that's what Kleibrink and company need to pick up the skin. Sandra Mulroney.
Control.
Yep. Hurry! Hard! Roll! Hurry hard!
Okay.
Nice double by Sandra. 4 previous champions of the JVC TSN Women's Skins Game, and last year was a record haul for Sherry Anderson at $64,250.
Or do you want to just come around?
The all-time money winner, though, is still
hit this.
Sandra Schmerler and her team by a few $1,000s.
Yeah, I like the front. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Is this enough ice?
Are you throwing normal? Yeah. Lots.
This is in quite a contrast from last week, Linda. The hitting of this stone here.
Yeah, it's a very conservative play, and when we talk about all the ways you could play skins, in my opinion, more rocks in play is a benefit. They could go around those rocks and not worry about them.
That's fine. Good shot.
Shooter rolls over and covers half of the Anderson stone, sitting top 12. Sandra originally from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario.
There you see the stopwatch out for the sweeper to get that initial time to judge the sweeping.
Lots of room. Whoa,
No, we're okay.
Close to T-line.
We're close.
Yep.
Line only, though. Line
Hurry.
only.
For line, hard. Hurry. Okay.
Good bit of brushing
Okay.
by Gignac and Hodson.
All right, Sandra. Okay, let's go.
We understand we're experiencing some video problems. Every once in a while, the video dropping out. We apologize for that, and we're working on that problem. Apparently it just dropped out when you talked, Ray.
Yeah.
So we're just...
Line's good. Lots of room.
We're T-line for sure, I
I'll go
think.
down and take a
Stay
look at it,
close.
Vic. You know, technically I'm pretty strong.
Line's good.
just
Hurry.
take that hammer and hit on the side of the truck.
That's right.
Room.
Didn't we do that in Saskatoon once
You
when
gotta go.
the lights went
And the
out?
lights went out, that's right.
Hard, hard, hard. Hurry, hurry, hurry. That's good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's fine. Shots.
Good way, John. Okay, I gotta tone my weight down a bit. I'm feeling
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Try to throw it free.
Shannon Kleibrink with Last Rock needs the 2 points. Get the skins.
You can see there, Vic, that Kim's already qualified for the mix, which will be held in Weyburn in January.
In Weyburn, will be there. She's playing with Scott Coughlin.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa. Whoa. All right.
Weyburn, Saskatchewan is where we'll be.
Okay.
She was inside
Nice weight.
right out of her hand.
Like a little tap. Little split.
Yeah. 3.5 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, line.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's one of the interesting things about this team. Betger will then skip this team. They've added a new player at second, and they'll go into the Saskatchewan
Weight's great.
playdowns, while Shannon Kleibrink will go home to
Weight's
Calgary and
great.
hope to qualify for Alberta.
Yeah.
Hard on
Go on, Mars.
Hard, 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 hard. Hurry, 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 hurry.
That's good.
So we're playing for a $3,000 skin. It's just part of the $19,500 available in both the semifinals. And then in the final, we'll double it and add a winner's bonus of $11,000.
Does that not leave them sitting too?
$90,000
Yeah.
total.
Well, you do this, you're just right behind theirs anyway. We're still going to leave them sitting too.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay, then.
She wants she's talking
like
about
that, guys?
about the freeze
No,
right
I'm
in
fine.
there.
Whatever you like. Sitting on a double right here. This one here.
Well, yeah, there is.
I'll try to throw it better.
Okay, throw a little more weight.
You want more weight?
That was just
The last one was
normal
a 2.9.
Okay, that was
Was it?
2.9.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was
same
just the way I
thing.
threw it.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Sherry's thought process of trying to get a rock into position to be moved up later, but they're going to go for the big shot now, looking for the double.
Yep.
Hurry!
Yep.
Hard!
Hard.
Hard, hard, hard,
Can't
hard,
get it started
hard.
here. That's the intern we talked about.
Hard.
Quick!
Really big
roll
brush
on
needed
it.
by Mulroney and Gignac just to get it by that guard. They won't. It'll crash and sit there.
She got away with it with plan B. You heard Kim from the other end say, I'll throw it better, but I don't think she threw it a lot better.
Yeah, that's exactly what Donna just said.
Here a little bit.
Jan Betker.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Clean. Yeah.
Kleibrink trying to set up their two for the skin.
Yes.
Hard. Whoa.
Whoa, yeah.
Whoa. Hurry. Roll it.
Trying to roll it away, and they do to split them up.
Nice shot. Very nice shot.
Nice shot. Yeah. Good shoot.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Supposed to kill myself.
Right here. You don't like playing hit and roll somewhere?
Shannon backing up, fell over the
center
stone
guard.
that you see sitting at the back of the, just outside the rings there. Little tumble.
I think there's a hit and roll off that.
Might as well jam it.
Why not the hit and roll off that? It's too high. Just leaves it a boink boink.
Well, it does.
We appreciate your
Okay.
comments. Any questions you would
Talk it
have
over with those
about
guys. If we don't
curling?
like it, we can always throw the guard.
There's our web address, tsn.ca/curling.
There's no double there, guys. Wow.
No, there's certainly no double, that's for sure, Sherry. She's going to play the hit and roll, I think.
Kim, let's freeze to that top rock.
Okay. What ice do you want?
I need just out into the off the floor.
So less?
No, where do you have it? Give me about 3 inches outside the floor.
Not even going to go there.
Again, short's okay here, guys. So 14 and a half. Right?
First thought was to play the hit and roll, try to roll in behind that one. Get the rocks closer together. Now the change.
Line's pretty good.
I'd like the
Looks
call
like
anywhere
lots.
short of this rock. It's a rock that Shannon has to worry about.
Whoa. Got to
No.
wait for line. No.
Not at all.
No, nothing.
Not gonna do anything,
No.
guys.
No, never. No.
No.
No, 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 no.
No.
Just too strong.
Stop.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
Hey, nice wait, sure. I like nose, and this doesn't go hard, you guys.
Just going to try and hit it on the
It does.
nose. You heard her say,
It
sit right
doesn't.
there.
Nothing has except for
Yeah, it does.
Kim's, but
I was throwing these.
hits,
Yeah,
and it went hard.
yeah. Yeah, in
I
practice.
think with throw, just a tad more than Jen. Yeah, that's good. No, just nose is perfect. Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Clean. Whoa. Just clean. Okay. Nice shot, Shannon.
Nice stone. That's what you wanted, right on the nose.
To lie 3, she only needs 2 for the skin with 2 stones to play here in the second.
Oh, she gets her. We just play the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get through the part here, right into this area here, try and get back into there. See, I just want you to know, Vic, that I can still draw the circle.
Yeah, but that one wasn't very good.
I beg your
Well,
pardon.
I saw it. Did you not? It looked like a little maple leaf, for God's sakes. It had so many ridges in it.
Here's the pencil, pal.
Well, it's a chance to get out of trouble, but the only unfortunate thing for Sherry is she's coming behind the opponent's rock. So even if she makes a perfect shot,
I think we're
they can just pump one onto it and still score the skin.
Yep, for the tick. Yep, for the tick. Need the tick. You got to go hard for the tick. Hard for the tick. Okay, now don't sweep once we got the tick.
Sit in time. Roll too far, and it does. They're going to have a look.
Okay.
And it is 2. They don't have to throw their last one, and the opening skin of $3,000 will go to Shannon Kleibrink.
Are you okay?
We're at the Tart Club in Regina. The key shot of that second end is brought to you by Husky.
Well, Kim Hodson, the Anderson third, would be the first to say she wasn't happy with her 2 shots. That left a bit of a mess for the team. Shannon Kleibrink makes a nice hit and stay. And what does the Anderson team have left? Kleibrink needs only 2 for the skin, and there's 3 right there and nothing out front.
Well, in the skin, they got the skin without having to skip themselves in any kind of a position to get so. It was just automatic. It was, you know, the 2 misses, as you mentioned, by Kim Hodson that set it up. And Sherry has a chance maybe to get around the rock that's in the forefoot. It's a very tough shot. And they're playing the tick all the way. It's a little bit heavy, but it curls a little too much. She catches it, but rolls too far, and you don't have to throw your last one. Nice way to pick up $3,000.
And so now we move to the third. Adding a little more money. We're playing for a $1,600 skin.
Line's great.
The hammer belongs to Sherry Anderson, so she'll look to score the 2. Marcy Gooderite gets us going with the lead stone for the team from the Cali Club, the Royal Caledonian here in Regina, skipped by Shannon Kleibrink.
We're tight.
And Ray, if we think back to that last end, now we're sitting up here. You have the nice rocks that you can put on the telestrator, and we can talk about it, but I still think Sherry Anderson has wonderful instincts, and I think she was right last end when things started to go wrong to go to the draw type game and try and get out of trouble that way. It's very hard in skins play to get out of trouble making double takeouts. And it wasn't even that easy a double, so here we go. They'll try and put a second guard up and see if they can get things going this way.
No, we're okay. Well, not tight. We're losing line here big time.
She wants this rock short, as Linda mentioned, out in front in the free guard zone area. We'll have some rocks in play this end.
That's okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hi, I'm Marcy Gooderite, and I live in Regina, Saskatchewan. I'm a mom to Colin and Jared, and I work part-time at Cooperators Life Insurance Company.
More. Lots of room. Line's good.
Weight's good.
Close for line. Room.
What? Room.
Lots of room.
Lots of room.
Piles of room.
Top 8. Line's good.
Weight only. Never gonna be. Yeah, lots of room.
There. Top 8.
Here it comes.
Weight looks fine.
Hurry.
High.
Top
Oh,
four
not too
only.
deep. Not too deep. Not too deep.
Get a corner, Barry.
Little bit.
Atta
Good girl.
Lovely shot.
You know your weight wasn't too far off if we could sweep it a bit.
Donna, I'd like to move it a little bit. Back 8.
Hi, I'm Donna Gignac from Paddock, Saskatchewan. I'm a dental assistant, and I work in the Gateway Mall in Prince Albert for Dr. Robin Slowenko.
And Donna want to say hello to her children, Anders and Tara.
Weights to move it.
Whoa, whoa,
No
whoa.
line, no line.
Where is it, guys? Back one?
We're back house.
No.
Weight on it. Weight on
Coming
it.
now. Coming now.
Weight's still good.
That's
Still
good.
bumping it back 8 or
Just
through.
leave it right there.
Good shot.
Shot, Donna.
And does bump it back 8.
That's a nice shot. She
Do this.
bumped it back to the
You got
back
it
of the
all
8
or
foot.
not quite?
Nice to keep that in play,
Okay,
that
got
rock
that.
back there.
I like this.
You like?
No, I like the outturn.
Okay. Just throw bumper.
Yeah.
Hit and roll over here.
Now they're going to hit and roll away, so that'll give Anderson, who needs the 2, a chance to come around those front rocks. That's the one thing you have to accept as we see Joan throw this
No,
hit.
no,
You're going to play open rocks. You're going to give them a chance to play a draw right back.
Never. Whoa.
Get over.
Got a curl.
Get over.
Going to catch anything?
Yeah, yeah.
Atta girl. Nice throw, Joan. Nice weight.
Atta girl.
That'll work.
It was all on its own.
Hi, I'm Sandra Roney from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I'm an occupational therapist. I work at Saskatoon City Hospital.
Line's good. 50. Line's good. Hurry.
We're just there.
Hurry. Hard. Keep her coming. Line's great. Hurry.
We can be top 8,
Quick.
baby.
Quick.
Boy, great brush here if they can sneak
Okay.
it by. Just a little bit of rub
way,
there,
Sandra.
straightens it out.
This nose is even good.
I like the nose, yeah.
A little less weight, though, hey? Yeah, a little less. Just hack.
Hi, I'm Joan McKesker from Regina, Saskatchewan. I am a former teacher, a part-time motivational speaker, and a mother of 3 to Rory, Christina, and Shay.
Weight's close.
Whoa.
Little less.
And her husband Brian is
Right
competing
off,
in the
close
big
up.
men's Olympic
Yep.
qualifier, which is going on the Bonspiel up in Saskatoon
Whoa.
this weekend.
Whoa, yes! Hard!
Inside flip, very nice.
There's lots of movement on this outturn going down this way, and so still a good chance for Sherry Anderson to get in behind. Take another look at it. They jump on it quickly at the end as it makes a big move. Just got it by the front one. Nice shot.
Line's good.
Hair more.
Because it rolled so far, it actually still leaves the come around for Sandra.
Weight's close.
More room this time, guys. Whoa, lots of room. Let her bend. Gotta hit the bend.
Weight's there.
It will finish here.
Yep.
It will finish.
Only if we have to.
Okay,
We're behind the tee.
freeze it to this, though. Freeze it. Hurry! Hard. Okay, shot, Sandra.
Sorry, too late for the freeze.
Still the same way.
Hi, I'm Jan Betker from Regina, Saskatchewan. I'm a stay-at-home mom to my 2 boys, Stephen and Adam.
I just barely got, like,
Okay.
I just buried a corner.
Well, it looks like luck.
Line's
Line's
good.
good.
Line's good.
Room.
Yes, line.
Gotta go.
Whoa, line.
Line.
T-line. Whoa, then.
T-line.
Whoa, then.
We're
Can't be
bumping.
deep. It's not moving at all.
Yeah, we got lots. Too
No,
much.
it can't be heavy.
Go hard on the blue.
A little bump, spins off, and really pushes that.
That's no good.
Anderson Stone now back 4 behind cover.
Well,
This is
I
a
think they'll
golden
come in there,
opportunity.
Jim,
Yeah.
but that isn't terrible, eh?
Yeah,
That-
exactly.
That isn't awful either, she's
I
saying.
need to give you guys about a 9, eh?
Yeah, 85, 9.
Hi, I'm Kim Hodson. I'm from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I'm a former teacher, now a full-time mom to 3 children, Andrew, Brooklyn, and Paige.
Ooh, it looks like lots.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How much?
Back house.
Oh, well. Yep. I don't want to sit here, guys. Bring it hard.
You
Hurry,
can't, this is
hard.
one of those
That's all
shots we
right.
just
Yeah,
mentioned. You heard
beep,
Sherry
beep, beep,
say,
beep. Hurry,
you can be short, you just can't be long.
Hurry. Quick.
That was a golden opportunity.
All right.
You guys swept that for a third of the way.
Yeah.
Looks like it's there for second shot at the back of the 8.
Yeah, it doesn't matter,
So
Vic.
less ice even still, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
You can get down on
Get
top of
lots
it
of
now,
line.
Linda.
Yeah, lots of room to come down and sit shot, take the end away. Even if it's in front of that blue one anywhere.
Jan Betker.
Lots of
A little bit
room,
left,
room.
not much.
Just for weight.
Stay with it for
Whoa.
line. Yes, for line.
Room.
Whoa.
Lots of room.
Wait there. T-line. We're
No
back
line,
to it.
not line
We're
yet.
back to it.
Not moving at all.
Line it.
Not moving.
Cut.
Here it goes.
Whoa, baby.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
Again, spins off, and that allows Anderson, I guess, a chance to come in and make the same
Well,
shot.
we're still shot, but
Well, you got lots of
Pardon?
chances here
we're
now.
still shot.
You're getting another
Right there.
chance at this with Jan
Right there.
missing. If you're
Yeah.
short, you heard what she's saying. If you're short into this area, there's no problem, but don't be
You
long.
guys 6, 7.
Are they being fooled by anything, Linda? Is it the quickness fooling them?
I don't think so. We knew it would keen up a little bit. That's why our draw times when we did the ice time showed a bit of a range. I think this is pretty typical. I mean, let's face it, there's money out there on
Ooh,
the
it
board.
looks like
There's a
enough
few
again,
nerves,
guys.
a little bit of adrenaline from the hat.
Line's good.
Room. Lots of room.
Lots of room. Weight only.
Whoa, wait on it. Wait on
whoa.
it. Whoa, wait on it. Whoa.
Whoa. Okay, there it goes.
It's coming now. Oh, just top 4 though. Yep.
Baroni and Gignac dragging it down, and they'll just
Shot,
come up
Kim.
shy.
That's good.
Looks like it's there for third shot.
Well, we talk about what to do and what not to in skins play. Do control the zone. Leave yourself a couple of ways to get at the button if you've got the hammer. If you don't, overlap the guards and try and protect the button area. Don't forget the carryover. Use that carryover when the odds are low to get a skin. Don't go too deep too soon, which is exactly what Ray told us happened this end with some of those draws. And don't worry about the rocks in play, because sometimes you can use those opponents' rocks as guards or to freeze to, and they can be your friends.
For sure. And once bitten, twice shy. Jan Becker made the mistake again by being a little bit strong and slipping back too far. And Kim Hodson made no mistake with the next one. She got it perfectly around the front rocks in front of the 4-foot, just biting the front of the 4-foot. And in great position, Sherry Anderson in this end to get her 2 points.
Wait's good.
Hurry.
Yes, line.
Line's good. Hurry. Weight only.
Where are we, guys? Whoa.
T-line.
T? Whoa, then. No, whoa, then. No, we don't want to be T. Where are we?
Yeah, we're there.
No.
We're T-line. We're
No.
back there.
Not at all. No. That's too deep. Okay, whoa.
Okay, that's
Okay.
good. restoration. That's good. I like it there.
Might work.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah, I got a 3-7 on.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I don't want to be right to it, though, eh?
There's a good look from the top. You can see it's frozen right onto the back one.
What's the matter with right to it? She follows on top of you, we can't get to. Okay.
Well, let her play on it a little bit if she wants to.
Yeah.
That's what I gave you. Right weight. And the sweep should be able to hold it. Same thing, I think. Yeah.
Do you try and come off those, Linda, or do you just try to draw in there by yourself?
You don't want to be to them because that's going to still set up a chance for your opponent to get out of the end.
But I don't want to be right to it. I'd like to leave a few inches space there, guys. Sit it right on the tee line. So a 4, eh?
Hi there, my name's Sherry Anderson. I live in Delisle, Saskatchewan. I'm a grandmother to 2 beautiful little girls, Jaden and Morgan.
Line's great.
Oh, it's got
I think we're there.
Looks like lots. Whoa.
No, it's got to bend. Got to bend big time.
Whoa, never.
13-3. Tons.
Okay, sure.
And her face will tell you that. Not happy as she spills off. Shot stone belongs to Shannon Kleibrink, looking to steal the skin. $1,600 here in the third.
Yep. Let's go.
I think we're just.
Just a tad less. That still seems like just a bit too much. A little less.
What are we doing here, Shannon?
Guard.
So where do you want the tick?
I don't think we need to. We're shot, and she doesn't have much except for her tap and her blue.
Okay.
Well, believe in the broom, because I said the worst thing can happen
Yeah, it
So
isn't.
where
Hi, I'm Shannon Kleibrink from Calgary, Alberta. I'm a stay-at-home mom, a daughter, Tori, who's 7, and a son, Kyler, who's 5.
Line's good.
Line's tight.
Tight guard or?
Yeah, tight guard.
Okay. Line's good. Whoa.
Line's good.
Girl. Whoa.
Line's great. Line's great. Yep. Whoa.
Tight in.
Whoa.
Yep, then, yep.
No.
Little rub.
Curl.
No. That's good.
That's a good shot.
You know, it's funny when you look at the overhead and you were talking about your do's and don'ts. You see there are 7 stones, 7 on the behind the tee line.
And they weren't all tapped there, were they, Ray?
No.
They went there on their own.
And that's you just took the words out of my mouth. It was actually eventually those rocks at the back that ended up making it easier for Shannon Kleibrink to get down, to hit that rock on the nose and hit the back one, and was frozen there and changed the whole end around. So if those rocks aren't there, the 2 blue stones that were top 4 foot and back 4 foot were in a great position. But,
It doesn't.
But I don't think. I can just see all of ours plus that, so I got to have some weight to flop, don't I? I don't think I have anything else.
Well, I'm kind of looking, but nah, I don't think so.
Well, I got to throw weight to come off ours and just flop in.
Can you see that back white one?
What white one?
Guess not, eh? Where were we?
Little less, Kim.
Any chance, Ray, of coming off that blue with any kind of weight and just kissing that white stone to move it back far enough to maybe get your deuce there?
no, I don't think so. Your rock will move a little bit forward.
Oh.
I think they're frozen right there, aren't they? There's 2 white together.
No. Close. No. Off. No. Donna, roll.
Looking for the inside flip.
Good shot.
Atta girl.
There it is, and she'll roll right to the pin. Terrific shot to force the carryover. Sherry Anderson.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. We haven't won any money yet, but we're trying hard here at the Skins game. While in Regina, the competitors of the JVC TSN Women's Skins Game have been the guests of the Delta Regina. And ground transportation has been provided by Ford. For now, forever.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, hands together.
So with the carryover, we go to the fourth. We add $1,600. We're playing for $3,200 here in the fourth. Shannon Kleibrink with the hammer. She'll look to score the 2 needed to win the money. And the first stone from the Sherry Anderson lead, Donna Gignac.
Nice crowd here this afternoon, but there's some empty seats. So if you're in the Regina area, why don't you get yourself down here this evening and watch Kelly Law, the reigning world champion from BC, play Renelle Bryden.
I think a lot of people will be staying inside.
Shot, Don.
Shit, I'm over here again.
And we're back with you at 8 Eastern Time. As Ray mentioned, the reigning Canadian Scott Tournament of Hearts Ford World Curling Champions against Renelle Bryden, who won the qualifier or earned the qualifying spot at the JVC tournament in Winnipeg. When was that? October?
October's correct, yeah. That speed was won by Elizabeth Gustafson, as you mentioned. Beat Kelly Law in the final, and then Renelle beat Kelly Scott, team that Linda works with often. BC.
That's good there. Atta girl.
For the spot in the trip here to Regina.
Oh, here we go. A little more typical end. I'm wondering if those first couple of ends, Ray, were played more conservatively because of the time, remembering they have to play pretty quickly. We do see that sometimes with the women's skins where they play a couple of open ends, but last end we had lots of rocks in play, and now the come around attempt here.
Remember, the teams do have 3 one-minute timeouts that they can use.
Yep. Right up, right up. Not a girl, Donna. Nice shot.
Good shot.
Terrific shot by Donna. That's the freeze you wanted. We talked about this last week, and every year we do the skins because it's a wonderful format for entertainment.
Stay on this side of it would be good.
The positioning of stones, Linda. The positioning of stones.
Well, last end, actually, there was a guard played, the first rock for the Anderson team that overcurled. And sometimes you can go right back to that one rock that didn't quite work out and say, that's why the whole setup didn't work for us. And it often comes back to these lead rocks.
Right out of her hand, you can see Joan McCusker jumping on it. She's closer to the stone. Jan Becker out in front.
Hold in, over curling.
Line's great.
Well, we got no weight here.
It's good, Mars.
Yeah.
Atta girl.
You can get to a corner.
The numbers sometimes belie the story, I think. I mean, we saw last week when Greg McCauley won so many of the skins by stealing, but it does seem to be an advantage to have the hammer rather than steal it. So far today, of course, we've had 2 carryovers in the 3 ends played.
Hurry for line, quick for line, hard.
And a steal.
Hurry, guys. Quick, get her by. Okay.
No, Kleibrink got hers with the hammer. You're right.
Okay, nice weight, Sandra.
All right, good weight. Shot.
I was looking at my notes too, Linda.
I thought I missed something.
It's always hard to, to second guess our chief and our leader.
She didn't have to throw her last time.
That's exactly right. We both staring at it.
Well, I have a cold, and the fuzzy head, I thought, I must have missed something there.
I sort of got the feeling I was wrong when Ray's shoe was across my throat.
Okay. Well, weight's good.
I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Made a mistake.
Top 4, line's great.
Make one little mistake.
Oh, boy.
This should break now. Big.
Yep, line.
Come big time now.
Stay on it. Gotta get by these lines. Hurry.
She's got a great pit line if she gets it by the top one.
Hey, girl.
Shannon Kleibrink has the hammer. She's lying too.
If we freeze to that one, are we second?
If we what?
If we freeze to Jones there, are we second?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
No, they're both in the half and the 8 foot.
Oh.
Decision time.
Tap it. Try to get it as full as you can and tap it back.
Back house.
Back line. Sit right there, Sandra.
And throw about 15.
Pardon?
14 that she just threw.
Yeah. Okay.
5.
You heard the comments.
Well, the problem is not that those two white stones are sitting 1-2 because it's very early in the end, but they're also in a great place to be pushed up.
Whoa.
So Sherry Anderson would like to exchange a blue for a white.
No, nothing.
Good weight. Yeah, no, you got lots. Bumper. It's coming down. Good shot.
Okay, Sandra.
Okay.
All right.
Shot.
A little more weight than they wanted, but she got it out of there.
Off of there. So we got some things to play off of. That one and that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that blue doesn't necessarily move to run to a bad position, is it? I mean, it's just sitting there 12, can be used later maybe?
Yeah, and Shannon made a point of mentioning, let's get it
like
even with that
more,
one so that we can't play the in-off. Good point, Victor.
Line, where's she?
Trying to make up for
Trying to
your small
recover here.
mistake. Yeah, I can see it.
Not quite, T.
15 years I've been with you, pal. 15.
We're okay.
Yeah. Boy, he's bailing now. Look at him.
Top 4. Top 4.
15 great years, though.
Had a girl jump. Nice shot.
It's good.
What a great draw that is by Joan McCusker. Gets to the edge of the button. Just a reminder, coming up at 7 Eastern Time, Corey Warren will have the next edition of Sports Desk for you. Sports Desk comes up at 7 Eastern following our coverage here in Regina. And then we'll be back with you at 8.
Wait only.
Whoa, whoa,
Wow.
whoa. We got to be short, guys.
Line looks pretty good. Line looks pretty good. This is the spot we talked about
Okay,
where it's a little
wait only.
under the surface. It's a little warmer and there's a little bit more movement.
No, no.
Whoa.
Can't bounce off it. You can't bounce off it. You have to sit on the face.
Okay, Kim. Okay. Shot.
How much have you got?
3/4, almost 7/8.
Okay, throw just back here.
Back line.
Yeah, just do this.
I think with the movement here, Linda, I think that you can come across and get the tap the blue one back and get the little roll. Kim just had to be a little less weight and freeze on it.
Yeah.
This is the kind of shot we've seen so often from Jan Becker, and this could set up the 2 and the skin for Kleibrink.
Yep. Hurry!
You got to get to the stick with this because it comes quickly.
That's
Yeah,
ugly.
She's on the guard.
Oh, it's not even close.
Yes! Yes! Hurry! Roll it!
Maybe
You're
trying to
right, Joe.
rattle things around now.
Okay, well.
Okay.
It's all right.
It was a combination.
Now what?
We're right behind the sheet, obviously, I'm calling this. And Linda, it didn't look like a lot of ice as far as I was concerned for that kind of shot.
Yeah, now what? Maybe
The warm spot I talked about is just
How do I get there?
is out in this area here, and
Well,
she didn't take a
basically
lot
the
of
same thing
ice,
you just
and when
Well,
it gets
then
into
I
this
need more
area, it
ice,
really
though,
moves
eh?
big time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Didn't really need that extra blue stone out there, Vic.
How much
I just
further
wanted
out
to.
am I?
No, not going to get me saying anything.
Shouldn't make a difference?
Pardon? No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
So you still want a hair less, though, eh, guys?
Well, there's your comment you were making. She just needed a little less weight with her first one. So maybe the tendency seems to be sometimes when you it's all your leg drive, I know, but sometimes you try and pull the string on
Only
it.
if you have
Sometimes
to.
try to take weight out of the stone.
Good.
Line's good.
Which is
only
really
if you
not a
have
great way to do it. That's
Look
right.
up.
Yeah, we got
And these sweepers can take the rock a long way. You don't want to be
over.
over kicking and taking it out of their hands.
Okay.
Losing line. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Trying to close it off here, trying to
Shot.
hold Kleibrink to the 1 to force a carryover. Last week in Fredericton, Ray, you were saying how good the ice was.
I don't know how you're going to get there, though. The more you go out, the more they're
with,
coming
you know,
right.
in terms of brushing ice. This ice, you said, was harder. It is colder. Is it as good brushing
I think
ice?
we can play that.
It's a good point, Vic.
Okay, let's-
It's not as
I
you
got
can't.
3/4 of it.
Yeah, it's not as good a brushing ice as we had last week because it is harder and you know, it's the friction that you create.
What they can see
So
if their
it's-
blue one and ours is going.
Okay, I think we could, it'd be nice to move this.
No, of the second blue, the one that's...
Right now, there's some blue
This
stones
comes
in
right
a
on the
perfect
corner of
place
this
to be
blue.
used.
If you run that back.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we hurt ourselves?
Can we knock ourselves out? Because
Well, I don't think we want to throw a lot of weight. Thinking like just enough to pop it out here.
I'm moving four rocks though. Bump?
Like bump? Now even if you just move this, that's not bad.
Where do I have to hit that?
3/4.
Okay.
Well, a little more than that. Actually, 7/8. Just off the nose.
You're thinking bump or, no, or house?
No, not house, just bump.
Well, that is not going to move too much with that? Okay. Is it going to move too much with
Well,
that?
she wants about 7/8.
Of this side.
on the outside.
On the outside.
Okay,
So that
well,
means I
then
can't
ask
move.
for more.
Okay. Ah!
No, no. Yep. Where's the weight? Hurry!
Got no weight.
Hurry! Oh, line's good. Hurry! Hurry!
Just off the nose, bump it back, catch the blue, catch the blue, on to white. 1, 2, pop it out, move it a little bit. Very nice. She's in there for third shot with the white.
Good. Sorry, guys. I just didn't give you enough weight.
It was lined up so well, just a little bit more weight, and that's perfect. It was been perfect that she could have been lying the two buried.
Hit it right where you need to.
And she was right. There was a lot of granite that was going to be moved, so you had to have that little bit of extra weight.
And that's what Jan was talking about, you know, that we throw a little bit more weight when they...
You know, but I mean, if we need that, we still have it.
That's wide open for the pick, though. I like that one.
Yeah.
What do you guys like? We're second.
Yeah.
You're watching that?
Yeah.
You're watching TV. You like this?
That might.
Yeah?
Okay.
I like that. I do that. I gotta hit this though to stay here. But it's gonna be mostly
Well, it's probably gonna. Yeah.
Those monitors are on the side of the sheet opposite from the crowd. It gives them an extra view of things, but it also allows the players to occasionally look at the rocks that Ray is telestrating, the extra rocks that he puts in sometimes.
You smart aleck.
No, I gotta hit this thin, right?
You gotta hit it thin?
Oh, I gotta come into this side. I gotta hit
I
this
know,
sideways,
I know,
right? So
yeah.
this is thin.
It's still kind of flat.
She's still protecting her.
What do you mean flat? I gotta hit this thin to come around like
I know.
that, right?
Yeah.
How's that look?
Yeah.
You've talked about times to do it in the right time to make the move. You're playing your first
I mean, we're second shot. I
skip
don't-
stone here in the case of Sherry Anderson. Is this the right time, or do you wait one more stone, hoping that that shot will always be there for your last?
Well, the problem is for Sherry, there's not a lot of options. A moment ago, before Jan played that raise, there was some other possibilities. At this point, there really isn't. She has to be a little careful the way this is struck and make sure that she doesn't leave something back, Vic, because you're right. She's got still 2 Kleibrink stones to contend with in this end.
Whoa.
Skip stones here in this fourth. It's a $3,200 skin, and Sherry Anderson's first.
Wow.
Looking for the in off.
Whoa.
And the raise off it. There it is. Very nice. And she'll lie shot stone. And that's enough for the skin if it stays that way.
I don't know where it was going.
That hit the.
I didn't see. Did this hit the wall?
Coming after your feet, that one?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, I think that was Manners.
Off?
Okay.
The nice thing is, with the way they were going to strike this, you were pretty sure that the one rolling in was going to roll to the back of the house or roll away, so you weren't going to leave anything that way.
We want their blue to finish dead buried, though, don't we? So they don't have anything off of
Yeah,
it?
well, you want to hit half a stone, I think.
Yeah,
Bump
I
weight,
think
right?
so. Yeah.
Bump?
Yeah, just bump.
Okay.
Just with bump weight. Half a stone. Well, I think so, because it's on that 4-foot line.
It's interesting, though. You can see how this is going to play out, can't you? I mean, if she makes her shot to lie stone, the double bump, There's still that stone out in the 12-foot just in front of the tee line that Anderson can use again to come in off of.
You should have a couple options, I think. That's one of them for sure.
Whoa! 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 Nothing. No.
Oh, she raises the stone across the face. Kills that possible in-off stone sitting in the 12-foot.
Oh, well, they can't be calling the line. Well, we got the double off that one. It's pretty flat.
Shannon was right, though. The edge of the 4-foot band ran very straight with the extra weight.
Hit and roll off 7, the same thing you just threw.
Yeah, but the freeze doesn't help me, Kim. We don't get second shot anyway, right? We don't get second and third, so it doesn't matter. Does it?
We don't get second.
Well, if I go here,
this one's gotta go. It's still gonna go. Oh, but her shooter goes.
She goes. I think discard.
Okay,
that.
playing guards. I can't. Okay, leave her 7. It's kind
I
of
can't
flat.
take them all away.
The other shot, of course, that she could play is to come in off the outside one right now.
Just throwing a straight guard, aren't you?
I'm
Or
just
what?
straight guard.
Yeah,
I
think so.
She's got something on that.
Yeah.
$17.
It's a decision on what to leave the opponent, and Sherry feels that the one she wants to protect is the one that's the simpler one down the middle, although that in-off looks awfully tempting.
Line's good.
And I guess the fact that she just had played it too, Linda, just played it down there.
Line's good.
Well, not real
Don't
close.
need to be tight.
Not real close, please.
Whoa. Whoa. No.
Keep it
Wherever it
clean.
stops. Whoa. Well, clean though. It's pretty good. Clean. Good. Nice shot.
Nice weight.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty flat to move it all the way through the court. That's way easier.
That or this to the top to here. Or carry it. What do you want to try this here? Hit 7/8 to that top.
Same as you, eh?
Well, there's a couple things they're looking at for sure. One was they went over and took a look at this one here, hitting that one, and then coming in off of it, rolling in off of this one here.
This isn't easy either, because we need the angle and the weight.
This isn't for 2, though.
Yeah, it is if we hit it across the face of it.
But the other one that they're looking at now, just listen to them.
Yeah, I like that, because we saw you throw it.
Yeah. I had hack weight on that
Well,
line,
I
though.
know, and I think I thought you threw it really good, and I gave you there with hack. So I'm thinking kind of middle of it.
Okay, you got to hit.
Yeah, middle of it.
Got to
just
hit it on
7/8
this
of it.
side a bit.
Yeah, still middle of it with weight will be fine.
Is it okay if I hold it back here?
Yeah, yeah.
As opposed to the raise, what they're going to do, Linda, I think, is play the white one back onto
Same as
the
Jan,
their
just
own white one.
7/8. Normal.
They're playing white onto
Yeah, all
blue
you gotta
onto
do is
white
move it.
onto blue. Now this
Right on.
series is tough because there's a lot of distance between the stones and the angles are tough.
Why not the one just to, you know, we see Jan just, why not that one that you just X'd out? Why not that one?
They actually feel they can get the skin with this one, and there would be a carryover with the other.
Okay.
Hard.
Final stone.
Yay!
Triple raise for a possible 2 in the skin. Backing right off. Now 1 onto 2. Will drive it by and leave blue, counting 1. And Anderson will steal the skin of $3,200 here in the 4th. So the defending champion has her first money. Just $200 separating Kleibrink from Anderson through 4 of his first semifinal. The Saskatchewan legislature in Wascana Center. We're in Regina for this JVC TSN women's skins game. We want to look back at this. This is the way it was set up before that final shot, Ray, and you thought there may have been easier ways to possibly get the
Well, I mean, what she was doing, she was trying to play the hit onto that one and driving this one in here onto this scenario here. This would go, obviously, but you got to, and then maybe bring that one into play. That was her thought. But I kind of thought, Linda, that it might have been easier to play this one here onto this stone, and now you're driving a white stone into that scenario, getting rid of that one.
Maybe the easiest one would have been the in-off off her own on the 12-foot.
Well,
that's for one, though.
Yeah, this one is a very tough distance between all the stones, and that's what made it so difficult. I think she felt the angle was a little bit better, but just a lot of rocks to contend with to move.
And a longer distance, too, eh?
Yep.
So we go to 5. We add a little more money, a couple of $100, and we're playing for $1,800 now in this 5th. You don't think the in-off angle there was too sharp to bump the blue out?
You couldn't get the double.
You couldn't get the double. You couldn't get the blue, huh?
I think to do it, you'd need a lot of weight. So maybe some of the men's teams we've seen in the past with the accuracy, you had to hit it very fat and jump it sideways to get the right angle.
Yeah, Kevin Martin, Wayne Madaw.
Yeah.
Good shot, Donna. Good shot. Sherry?
So there's the situation again.
She played this onto this to move it here, and maybe this onto this.
And that in-off the 12-foot.
The one you were talking about is right there. You know, you could jump, you know, Kevin Martin, Wayne Madaw, maybe jump that over.
And the one thing we didn't mention is the blue onto white raise was there for the carryover to play it just with quiet weight rather than the takeout weight. They mentioned that briefly, but decided to go for the tougher shot.
So Kleibrink has the hammer here in the 5th. Needs to score the 2. The off-center guard put up by Donna Gignac, and around comes Marcy Gooderite to sit top edge of the 8-foot. And this is Gignac now, and the second lead stone for Sherry Anderson.
Mine's okay. 7. Did you get
Well, that was a fun end, guys.
Top 12, guys.
Lots of rocks in play.
No line. Whoa for line if you can.
Yep. Line's getting good. Weights. Okay.
Close.
Easy.
Tight. Just
No,
do
just
it.
12. Just 12. No bump. No bump. Good shot, Donna.
Had a girl.
Ladies. Perfect.
That's another great freeze by Donna. She made one the last end, too.
Right.
Do you remember these leads in seconds are the ones that set the
This way?
the stones in the positions you want them. Great freeze.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
A bit more. I think room. Weight's good. Close the line. Got room though.
Weight's nice.
Lots of room. No line. Got a curl.
Room.
We're there.
Heavy.
We're T.
Room.
We're
Back
T.
row.
No.
Room.
But we're back 8.
Hurry then. Oh no, we're there.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Hard. Hurry. Right back. It's all right.
Well, the reason they swept it is they didn't want to leave a freeze on the button for the Anderson team. That would really complicate things. So they took it back, leaving a little more distance between the rocks. They hope that maybe at some point later in the end that might count.
Weight's close.
This is kind of the pivotal shot, the way the rocks are setting up, Linda, in this end. A good come around here. And this outturn will move late.
Weight's there.
Going down this way.
Room.
Outturn, of course, for the right-handed curler.
Sandra Mulroney.
Hurry.
Got it, girl.
Shot.
Very nice stone. I'm going to play to tap it.
3/4. Let's go, Bob.
Not going to play to tap it, going to play to bump it.
Yep.
Joan McCusker.
Whoa. Yeah. Hurry. Hard. Hurry. Real hard, guys. Hurry. Hurry. Whoa, we're jamming. That's good.
Okay, that's good.
Really curled up on her, jammed at the back. The next Dave Hodge special comes your way Monday evening at 8 p.m. and his guest will be Buck Martinez. He was a player, then he became a commentator with TSN, and now he's back as their manager and thrilled to do so heading into his first season. Buck Martinez will be Dave Hodge's special guest Monday at 8 Eastern Time.
You know, I'm really going to miss Buck behind the microphone. Shulman and Martinez are just, I think were fabulous. And so many summer days at the lake, I would sit on the my sun deck and look through the window and watch that ball game and listen to those. Even if I didn't watch it, I'd listen to them. But big challenge for Buck, and I'm sure he's looking forward to it. But I'm sure going to miss him on the radio because on the television, it was as good as there is.
Yeah, very nice. I mentioned the other night at the Sports Celebrities
Just
Festival
bumping this through.
in support
Just
of
roll
Canadian
here.
Special Olympics. I said if it's true that good things happen to nice people, then he's going to be very successful.
Just back line.
Because he is a very, very nice man.
I know. I know.
The manager of any ball team, though, is whew,
Yep.
That's a tough position to be
stepping
in.
in the fire.
Hurry! You gotta hold it. Hurry, guys, harder! Hurry!
Doing their best to try and hold it. Marcia Gooderite closest to the stone. Jan Betker out in front. And it'll catch the top one first.
Oh, that's good. That's all right.
But it has opened it up a little bit.
Well, the situation's sitting pretty good for Sherry, though, Vic. The rocks are
That's not bad. I don't like this yet white one out here. No.
nicely lined up. The one she's talking about, of course, is the
still
rock on the
shot.
outside.
Same thing? Freeze on ours?
Yeah, we don't have to
Okay.
do something there.
There's nothing over with this white one over here.
Like this, you mean, for us?
Well, no, I'm thinking for them.
Oh, yeah. But I still like that.
Okay.
So Kim was asking about.
75.
I kind of missed the call. Am I freezing?
Yep.
Okay.
Right to ours.
So
Right on the
my
nose,
85.
So less than what I threw last end, though.
It's something to consider, Linda. I mean, they're going to play the freeze, trying to block up the middle. But, you know, as Kim says, maybe we do try and take that stone away that Ray illustrated. What,
Oh, it looks like
what is the
that.
determining
Yeah, we're
factor in
to
a
it.
skip's mind in a game plan?
Well, Sherry feels that positioning the
no
rocks
line
near the
yet
top of the
for
house,
anything.
center line area, still leaves her those
Can we go
chances for
back?
later.
Can
So
we
even if they
go
make the
back?
gradient
Oh,
off,
what
you've
do we
still
want, a
got
bump
something
here,
that
not
you can
there?
use. Yeah, it's a gut instinct thing, Vic.
No.
Sometimes you feel like you should go and do that early, and sometimes you leave
All
it for
right,
later.
it's not bad, Kim. It's not bad.
Slower kick.
Just too heavy.
Just draw it T-line?
Pardon?
T-line weight? Is that what you
Yeah,
want?
just bump to here.
Bluestone at the back of the four is
So what
shot
was it?
rock. Shannon would like to tap the white one onto the face of it.
Yeah.
Leave the other white one at the top of the four.
Well, this opportunity wasn't there a moment ago, and all of a sudden, Jan Becker has a chance to tap this back.
Where's she?
Gotta go.
Hard.
Line's good.
Hard line. Hurry. Hard. Very hard. Right up.
McCusker,
Right up.
Gooderite,
Hurry.
trying to get through the hole if they can and tap the white stone up. What a great piece of brushing this is. Brilliant brushing by one of the best front ends in the game.
Yeah, Kim Hawson just couldn't be heavy on that shot.
Got her in all that trouble.
Now they drag this a long way, and not only that, they delay the curl long enough so that it keeps
Well, I
the
don't
line
like
onto the
leaving
one they're
this here, though,
tapping.
but what else is there?
And look at this,
Like
right
one's
onto the
kinda- You
face.
can't do anything here.
Very nice.
Suppose you could try to do this. Angle ours. But you'd have to come this way.
The thing here is, Linda, they have to keep in mind that Shannon
What
Kleibrink
do you
has to
like?
score 2 here.
Let's do that. Let's come across this, bump it right up onto it.
But when do you
So I
stop
need
getting
less weight
aggressive
going down center now.
trying to
play
get
this?
your
Can I throw the same weight?
steal?
I think.
Probably. 75.
Well, I think, Vic, you have to assess the situation. Now, the one thing that is good about this, if Kim makes the shot, it's not just trying to go for a steal, it's also trying to cut off a white rock being tapped up. So it's going to do double duty.
Oh, good
And
bump.
I think at this point, Sherry would be happy if she could limit this end.
Yes! Hard, 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 hard.
This end turner to the wings really
Okay.
cuts big time, and it's cut too much here.
Whoa. Right here, guys.
The weight was
Right here.
perfect. Just not enough ice.
Hurry, hurry hard, hurry hard, hurry hard. Right back, right back, right back.
Now, it's a great thing that
Okay.
they swept it. She was keeping an eye on a possibility of rolling in off
I fouled
that.
Kim, I didn't give you
Went
enough
from
ice.
woe for line to
I
absolutely
feel like the
nothing.
same shot.
Well, or get rid of that blue one.
This one?
Well, I don't know.
The angle's not great. This shot's easier.
What'd she say?
I like the same thing you just threw.
Okay.
Tapping it back, tapping the white one back. the JVC.
Jan Betker, as the Shannon Kleibrink team looks to score 2 to pick up the $1,800 skin here in the 5th. Once again, counting on McCusker and Gooderite. They did it once. Can they do it twice? Drag that stone right down and tap it back. Yes, they can.
I don't know if that's any good or not.
Well, the angle means that there's a little pocket there.
Well, I thought I was further out on this one than I was on my first one.
It's a tough one, but remember back to the rock we talked about earlier, Ray?
Have to come this way. It's almost like a mess, right?
Yeah.
Put it there.
Yeah. Weight's going to be up.
You heard what you talked about, how thin that she has to hit it and come right across here.
This guy's a near miss.
These are the 2 they want.
Near miss double.
But the angle on those 2 stones leaves the possibility of coming in that way. If they'd angled differently, she might have been able to play off the other side.
At the end,
exactly.
It's going to be kind of on the firm side. Got to rattle something around there anyway, because I can't get in otherwise. Sorry.
Skip stones here in the 5th. Sherry Anderson. Right now, the money belongs to Shannon Kleibrink.
Oh. Yep, yep. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Off,
No.
off.
See what you rattle around.
Roll there, Sandra. Whoa. Okay.
Had to hit it thinner, had to curl a little more.
All right.
And she said almost a near miss. I needed almost a near miss. That thin.
Range the pocket.
Can she?
I don't think she can get the double this way.
Yeah, this one's going
There's
nowhere.
been some misses by both
No.
teams, that's for sure.
You think she's got that tap up?
Oh, yeah.
That's what you're looking at.
I mean, we could play the same thing, take it away.
There's the shot stones.
Yeah.
I like the same thing.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Okay.
Sherry can't see a lot of this stone right here past this one, a little wee bit. She couldn't come down and hit this one, of course, with some good weight driving it into this
I
situation.
think we got to do the same thing.
This rock will go.
Yeah, she's the,
This one here would jam
on
onto
what?
this.
On this, no, because one white stain for sure. But she's got that intern bump on her blue, real easy. We got to take that away. So just, same as Jan. Okay. Was it just
Not so sure she can make that shot.
3-7?
3-6, I think, yeah.
Tad bit less.
Sorry?
Little less.
Less?
Yeah, just a bit. 3-6.
Her 3-6 indicates what, Linda?
That back line to first hog time.
Yep.
That's not enough. That's tight. Yeah, all the outline.
3.
Right out of her hand, you can see McCusker and Gooderite jump it.
Yeah, line.
No, wait. Hurry.
Okay, yep.
Hurry, gotta bump that blue. Hurry, 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 hurry. Hurry, line's good. Hard.
Yep.
Hurry.
Yep, move the blow over. Move it. You gotta move it over. Gotta move it over.
Okay, good sweep.
What can I see here?
You can't see a lot of that rock. It depends on how much it curls past the guard.
Quiet. Huh? Nothing?
The Leafs have been setting them up, but the seconds and thirds on the teams have been struggling a little bit.
I can only hit. Oh, I know. Yeah.
She can't see very much of this rock right here. So she's going to play this quietly. I'll just clear that. Come down with quiet weights because she needs a little bit of movement when she gets by the guard, and try and move that stone, this stone right here, into this position here.
There are two rocks I'm going anywhere from that angle.
You know what another option is hitting that one she just threw.
Nosing that, would you double those?
Yeah, but I'm still leaving her shot rock, right? This way I can make...
Okay.
Well, this way I can get shot rock
Yep.
if I make this, though, right?
Hackish, guys.
We talked about that. That's what Kim Hodson was talking about from the other end. I think this is the shot, Linda. Trying to move it over onto the button.
It's pretty well all or none. She has to just sneak by and hope she gets some movement.
Hurry!
High fly!
She's got to feather that top guard. And now it's up to Gignac Mulroney. Can they just sneak it by that guard? Sneak it by. They did. Feather it across now. That's the way to do it.
That is a great shot.
I don't care who shot. It's not a good shot anyway. Now we got to eat
Boy,
it.
shot stone, though, is still Kleibrink, but it's only one, and that would force a carryover.
How do you get the two? You're right, though, Vic. The white stone is the shot rock.
There's nothing off that one over there. No, that's dirt. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't look like there's anything there.
I just don't think there's any way. Do you, Linda?
No.
They're looking at it, too.
We
They
don't
don't
have
think
anything, though. Yeah.
there's nothing. So it's just a throwaway and a carryover. There's just nothing to come in off of.
A very nice shot by Sherry Anderson to force this situation.
So rather than waste time thinking of it, looking at it, studying it, quick decision that will take the carryover.
Yeah.
And so the 1800 will go through to the 6th, and we'll add another 1800. We'll take a 5th end break. Just a couple of $100 separating these two here in Regina. Welcome back to Regina, the JVC TSN Women's Skins game. Just a couple of $100 separating Sherry Anderson from Shannon Kleibrink, skipping the team formerly handled by Sandra Schmerler, and the other members of the team at no point during even their darkest days thought of giving up the game.
Before Sandra knew that she was sick, we had sat around and we planned for this curling season. Our goal was to qualify, the four of us. And so after Sandra got sick, I think that was still in the back of our minds about how we wanted to qualify and we wanted to play in the next Olympic trials. So I don't think that, you know, that was a goal, and I think all of us are very goal oriented, and I think, you know, we just didn't want to give up yet.
Well, part of the journey last year was the fact that we didn't play very much, Sandra being sick, but also because Marcy and I were pregnant during the curling season, which wasn't very well planned. But so we had the year off, and whenever that happens, you have a chance to reflect, and you have to sit at home because physically you can't curl, and that drove me crazy. You know, losing Sandra was awful. But combining that with the fact that I couldn't curl and I had to sit at home and watch, told me that I wasn't done yet and that I still needed to play and that I still wanted to play.
When we first thought about putting a team out there, we thought this is an important year. So do we want to stay where we are or do we want to move up and switch around? And we decided because it was so important, we should stay where we're comfortable. And so we made a phone call to Shannon, and we were a little worried, you know, because she let us sweat for a couple days.
Actually, I've been asked many times if I had any reservations about saying yes and how long it took me to decide, and really I had none at all. I knew right away when Joan asked that I wanted to play, and it was just a great honor that they asked me, especially not being from Saskatchewan, and yeah, I knew instantly that it was something I wanted to do.
I think it's been a good fit. She fits in really great personality, very easy to get along with on and off the ice. Very motivated, and she makes a few shots. So, absolutely. Yeah, so I think it was a good fit for us. We'll always be remembered as the Sandra Schmerler curling team, Sometimes I wish they wouldn't, because it still seems like they play better against us, and you know, we still have the target on our back. And sometimes I wish they would just forget about that and just, you know, but I guess that's all part of it. And you know, Shannon's done a great job filling in. You know, sometimes at the start of the year especially, you were waiting for that scream that everybody remembers Sandra so well for. And so that took a little bit of adjusting. But Shannon calls a great game. And, you know, I think that we've all adapted. And a few shots here and there, and I think that we would have qualified already.
Most of us have gone through.
And the team will have one more chance to qualify for the Olympic trials next December here in Regina. That chance comes up in a Tour Bonspiel, a JVC Tour Bonspiel to be played in March. We're in the fifth end break of this first semifinal here in Regina.
The 2000 JVC TSN Women's Skins Game from Regina, Saskatchewan is brought to you by JVC. Excite your senses.
Ready to start the sixth end of play. It's worth $3,600. Sherry Anderson has the hammer, so she'll be looking to score the deuce to get the skin. Marcy Gooderite.
Line's good.
Well, it just was an amazing shot by Sherry Anderson to carry that cash over. Shannon Kleibrink didn't have anything left when Sherry made the beautiful tick. So they'll start over, and this time Shannon will need to steal if she wants the skin.
I think she called for that out in front, Linda, I think.
No, Shannon. No, Shannon. Shannon, whoa.
Well, that's back anyway. Yeah, that's good.
Corner guard is the call. Just protecting the forefoot.
Donna Gignac.
You want this to come across the center line a little bit.
In the house?
No, don't touch it.
We're in the house. Yeah, we're in.
Well, we still got,
No.
just leave her. No, we're gonna run out of line in here anyway.
Okay, Don. All right. It's all right.
We saw in the numbers last end that the leads actually been performing very well. That's one of the first mistakes we've seen from Donna.
I think sometimes when you do take a break like that in the fifth end, you know, Linda, there is a tendency sometimes just to lose a little concentration. And that's all that was, that miss by Donna, because you're right, she's made some great shots. So she obviously knows her draw weight, but she just got in the hack and threw it without, you know, without really giving it a lot of thought. And because she had a lot of room out there to miss it on the high side or the short side.
That's an important point, Vic, that Ray, told you my cold was causing a fuzzy head, that when we curl, it's unusual to have such long breaks sometimes in your curling games. And so when you come to the skins game or any of these major events, you have to really be prepared to refocus after that point. How many times do you see a team in the sixth end give up a bad end because they haven't been able to do it? So take those few extra seconds when you're in the hack in the sixth end and really make sure that you're very prepared to throw that rock.
Very nice.
Like this?
Sherry attempting, of course, now to get her 2 points by freezing to stones or tapping stones behind the tee line. She's got that
Go here.
set up a little bit.
Like that, I think.
Guard just out in front of the rings.
Line's good.
Her shot rock.
Well, just a guard. Where is she?
Guard.
We're tight. Just a guard?
Yep.
Well then. Whoa, line's good.
Tight guard.
Whoa, line's good then.
We're tight.
We're to this?
Now
yep,
we're in.
Yep,
Now we're in.
Yep. Hold the line. Hurry. Hurry. Hey, that's good. Good girl.
Mentioned that a year from now, about this time, we'll be here in Regina for the Olympic curling trials. These are the women's teams who have qualified. Colleen Jones, of course, a former Canadian champion. Sherry Anderson as a tour champion. Kelly Law as Canadian champion. Others have qualified through different bonspiels. And it's interesting, 2 teams still to be determined. One out of the Scott Tournament of Hearts this year in Sudbury, and then that last chance bonspiel that Shannon Kleibrink and the other members of the team will hope to qualify through. I read an article in the Winnipeg Free Press, though, a number of weeks ago, Ray, and there was an interview with Kathy Overton Clapham pointing out that no Manitoba women's team has qualified for that event yet, and how, in a sense, that would be very disappointing to Manitoba women's curling.
Yeah, it was obvious. You could see, you know, 3 Saskatchewan teams and a couple of Alberta teams, and there is no Manitoba team to this point.
But of course, there is that last chance, the 2 last chances through the Scott Tournament of Hearts, and then that last chance bonspiel.
Look, you don't want to leave the corner free. You've got to freeze a guard R when it's in the forefoot, right? Don't you have to guard ours that's in the forefoot?
Well,
so corner freeze to it, and then what do we do?
This isn't going anywhere. It's just going here.
What are we doing?
You don't like the guard?
No, I don't mind it, but we can't cut too far because she's got the corner freeze. We have to guard ours in the forefoot then, is what I'm saying.
Or we can try and come here.
Oh, well. I like the guard, Shannon. Just a little
what
more.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, just make sure you're on this side of center.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just talking about the positioning of the guard, the rock that's about to be thrown, they wanted a little bit to the right of center as we look down on the house. That'll guard the shot rock in the forefoot as well as the raise.
Less?
Where is she?
Tight.
Tight. Halfway to tight.
Yep. Yep. Hurry.
Yeah?
Yep. Very hard. Right up. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey, Joan.
Good girl.
Good.
Shot.
I like the same shot, Sandra.
Men's teams that have qualified for next year's Olympic trials include a couple of Manitoba teams in Jeff Stoughton and Carrie Burtnick, and you see other Canadian champions in Greg McCauley. Tour winners include Wayne Madon and John Morris, who picked up a spot a couple of weeks ago in Halifax, the former Canadian and world junior champion. 3 teams still to be determined, one of them to be determined this weekend just up the road in Saskatoon.
We got no line though.
You want to leave it high?
Well, yeah. Okay, yep. Hurry, hard. Good shot, Sandra.
Okay.
Nose there.
Like just sitting right there.
Well, I'm gonna.
No normal.
Okay.
You can't leave that there, that's for sure, and Shannon Kleibrink has no intentions of doing so. Nose hit was the comment. Jan Betker.
Oh, no.
It's okay. It's all right.
Close. Yep. Hurry. Whoa. No. Atta girl.
That's good.
Very nice shot. Took away the raise for the Anderson team. Got a little flip.
Shot stone belongs to Kleibrink at the back, looking to steal. Anderson playing the Blue Stones needs 2 to pick up this big skin. $3,600 here in the 6th.
I think this is one of those situations, Vic, where you might consider trying to get out of this now. Two looks pretty tough here.
I think so.
Okay.
Again, it comes back. When do you decide that, though?
Well, with the angle of the rocks, the way they're setting up, it looks like it's obviously setting up well for Shannon Kleibrink, who's trying to steal.
Oh, yeah.
Sherry
Gotta go hard for line.
has got to get her 2 points. So there comes a time in these ends, and we saw last week where a few times maybe Wayne should have maybe bailed out a little bit and didn't.
Stay on it.
And it caught something.
Back here.
Yeah, get it here. Hurry.
Now trying to get it over far enough
Yeah, that
to
had
maybe
it was riding on
be
something. It
used.
jumped over to start with. Oh, sorry, Jen.
Yeah, your first assessment of how the end is going is about when Kim and the other third in this case, Jan,
Like
go to
this?
throw. So that's after
even tight to the
seconds
rings is
rocks.
good.
Then you
Okay,
continually have to
I don't wanna
assess,
be
Vic,
good,
but
actually.
you need to know at that point, after your first 4 rocks have been played, if you're still on the plan or if there's a need to do any kind of bailouts.
Actually, I like
A
that
little
right
bit
here.
earlier, often
Yeah.
with women's skins, because of the ability of the men to throw the huge weight
Right.
and basically jump rocks around.
Looks like there's something underneath
Lots
it.
of line. Line's
Looks like there's something
good.
underneath that one too.
Where's
Jan
she?
Bedker.
Where?
Line's good.
Line's
Tight.
good.
Good. No,
Top
got,
eight.
got top 8. There.
Whoa.
On its own.
Don't want to be deep. Not too deep.
On its own there. 8 foot right
No.
Whoa. Sit down. Whoa.
Atta girl, nice shot.
Shot,
Great
Jan.
shot, Jan. Yeah.
Ray, something just comes to mind. We know how the game has evolved, and
You got to play that right
we
on
talked
the
about
nose,
the
Kim.
communication. But
All
when
right.
you were playing top of your game, did you talk that way? Did you communicate that much, or could you? And I'm being serious here.
Yeah, I know you
because of the pounding of the brooms, you weren't I mean, there was a lot more noise. But did you communicate those kind of things?
Definitely, of course we did. Yeah.
You did,
We
too?
talked back and forth
Really?
on the way down the ice, and you know, judged all the weight shots ourselves. Maybe didn't. It's the ice you play on now is so good. And we didn't have the luxury of that, and so maybe a little bit more, you know, reflex as opposed to communication. But
Okay.
it was still there.
Shot.
Good job.
Very nice.
Yeah.
A couple of stones that
She doesn't have a run back,
maybe
right?
Anderson
She's
can
tough.
use, bump them up.
I still play, you know, Vic.
Yeah, I really no, but I'm just
kidding. Yeah.
I just wondered how
Yeah.
when that evolved, if how long ago people would have talked about, you know, top 12, top 8, where it is.
We can't really hit that one.
Okay.
I mean, what else, you know?
Well, I was just thinking we could. Right. I don't particularly like this here.
Well, we could tap this to here.
Oh, she's afraid of this one here because that could be moved back into this
Yeah,
area.
that's not bad. We're leaving her that
They're
straight
talking
top
about
then,
playing
you know?
a
I think we got to do
about
this
playing
one.
a guard.
With our first-
Where do you like that?
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that's what. Oh, you can take a little bit more. A little more. Yeah.
Of course, the reason Shannon doesn't like the blue
her
one
that
on the
angle.
right-hand side is the angle coming in would mean a
after this
potential
is too
tap
easy,
for
yeah.
Sherry Anderson to sit 2.
Doesn't have to be tight. In fact, just halfway.
And that's, you can see them lining up all the angles, Sherry and Kim behind the house.
Well, Sherry has made a couple of big saves. In the third end, she made a big save for a carryover, and in the fifth end, we
Okay,
saw
roll
a great
then.
shot for a carryover. So
Leave it higher.
she may have to make another one here.
How deep are we?
We're tight.
We don't want.
Coming down.
You certainly don't want to set any angle up.
No.
Yeah, you got to cover it. Hurry.
It's
Oh.
covered. It's covered. It's covered.
Okay.
A little too tight. You heard her say on the way down, we don't need this tight to the rings. You could play the double raise.
No, I meant this one.
Oh, this one, yeah.
Yeah, second one, sorry.
So we're on the broom side. She just shoot up there.
She always has this one over here. The one we talked about earlier.
I can almost see enough of that, Kim, but we're going to go tap, tap. So just a hair on the broom side.
There's a hole there too, isn't there, Linda? Don't you think there's a hole there too?
I think that's what maybe she was looking at.
I can throw 14 for the top. Got to get to the button. Close. Yeah. Whoa. 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 Nope, never. No, don't even look at it, guys. Okay, we might play it this way. No. Yep. Yep.
Bump.
Yep. Now that one.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
plan B.
Yeah, we'll play it that way. We'll take that.
actually.
That's all right, guys.
And they're overlapped too now.
Plenty.
Toss out of there again.
Yeah.
Gave you there. That's why you need a little bit.
So Anderson is in for
Oh,
one.
yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, that's good.
That would force the carryover if it stays that way. She needs 2 for the skin.
No.
Darn.
Yeah.
That's all you can say, Shannon. It's
Yeah.
good attitude.
Is that a little less, Jan?
Pardon?
Less weight.
No. We do need a bit less ice because that only came up right at the end.
There's a lot of
should be
white
good.
rocks there, but nothing that can be easily moved onto that all-important shot rock.
Just playing the guard to take away the bumping of the stone, blue stone up.
Okay, different line, tighter line, lot tighter line.
Just clean it.
Okay, no, line's okay.
Just clean it.
Okay, line's good.
Weight's good. Halfway.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Need it to die now.
That's good.
It's good.
Sweet.
Can't come on to this one.
No, it'll
No.
be a straight.
Yeah. You want to go across
right on the
face?
7.
Okay.
That one I gave you, I've given you down there, and it went to straight drew to there.
Good.
Half rock. Be just straight.
That looks like lots, no?
Does it look like too much?
Well, we got to get across face, and you're going to have to throw like back.
Well, okay, give me a little less then. We're going across the face of that one, angling it.
Coming across the
Now,
face of this one right
Do you
here.
think with coming out here, half rock angle, same kind of weight? No more, eh? I had plenty.
Yeah, you were probably.
Is that the only one she could play, Linda?
But she could play the other blue on the other side that we talked about, and she just likes this particular angle. It's a tough angle. It's got to be the perfect weight.
Close.
Left weight.
Whoa, no, long way to go.
Wait
Whoa.
only. Wait only.
She has her
Okay,
one.
well,
That'll
then go
force
for
the
weight. Line's getting
carryover.
good.
Won't wait if you can.
We still don't have line, though.
Wait.
No,
Nothing.
no, don't have line.
Certainly had the right weight, didn't she?
Good weight.
One blue.
So we'll carry over for a second straight end. We'll add
Jaden and Morgan in BC.
$2,100 to it when we come back. Look at that, $5,700. At nighttime, the Christmas lights are beautiful on the legislature. Here in Regina, coming up at 8 Eastern, we're back with you. Second semifinal of this JVC TSN Women's Skins game. The reigning Canadian and world champion, Kelly Law, goes against the qualifier for this year's event, Renelle Bryden of Calgary. That's 8 Eastern time from here in Regina. A record $5,700 available here in the 7th. That is a
Get off the line, guys.
record
Easy.
carryover for the women's skins as we play in the 7th.
Good speed.
Nice weight, Don.
Not Donna.
Top 8, Mars.
Previous to this, it was Heather Houston and a $5,000 end in 97, as well as 10th end against Sandra Schmerler. But now playing for 57, the most ever in an end in a semifinal.
Sit. It's all right, Mars.
Okay.
The ice, it would seem to me, Ray, has been has run pretty true to form, hasn't it?
Yeah, it sure has. It's been great. This in-turn coming down cuts, the out-turn going the other way finishes pretty hard, and this in-turn runs a little straighter than the other side of the sheet.
Tight.
And with a little more weight, the ice runs straighter, but we've seen that just about everywhere we go now.
Hard for line, guys, quick.
Hurry, 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 guys. Keep it going, keep it going.
One thing you can't do at all on this ice where that curls this much is get it started. So these rocks that take off, it could be just a tiny bit inside on release, and it just makes a huge difference.
Like this?
Yep.
Yeah.
That intern down there really did run pretty straight, but she, as Linda mentioned, she got a little bit inside the broom and it moved a little bit. And you get them started, as she mentioned, Linda mentioned, they'll curl a little wee bit.
Shannon Kleibrink playing the White Stones in this 7th, does have the hammer, so she'll look to score the 2 for the skin.
Yeah, Donna didn't want to split those two, Linda, then she sets up the corner guard scenario, and you see that Sherry, who's in the steal position, is just going to play the freeze to the back one.
Sandra Mulroney.
Yeah, the Bluestones aren't in a great position out front for Sherry, so they'll try and get something established in the house. Try and take the end away that way.
Wait's good.
Yep. Hurry! Hurry! Hurry, guys. Line's good. Okay, wait only. Whoa, wait only. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just cleaning.
Oh, very nice.
That is a great shot. That turns the end right around, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Can we pick it?
I like just tapping this, moving this.
Okay.
Tap to here, that's good too. Just back button.
Back button.
Yeah, we're shot actually.
Not much weight. We don't have back button here.
Yep, slick. 3.
Yeah, weight's okay.
Whoa.
Just.
Whoa.
Not quite. No.
Looking for a little tap and leaving the shooter in place. Nice one.
Good.
This internet question brought to you by Kia. What are the plans for Team Kleibrink regarding playdowns? Will Shannon curl with them in Saskatchewan? No, that's not possible. Residency rule doesn't allow that because she is from Calgary. So she'll go home after this event. And mind you, they'll still play that one more qualifying bonspiel for the Olympic trials. They can do that. There's no residency rules there. But Jan Betker and company, as you see them there, will play. Jan will skip. Joan McCusker will move to 3rd. They'll bring in a new player, Kathy Haugen, who is one of the top city players here in the area. And Marcy Gooderite will stay at lead, while Shannon Kleibrink will go home to play in Calgary with her Alberta team. And that's right now being skipped by Judy Pendergast. And there is Kathy Haugen, who will join this team for the Saskatchewan playdowns with Jan Betker skipping.
Cross the face. Turn normal up.
Well, that one freeze that's in position, the Bluestone in the button area, boy, that's in a great spot. So they'll try and open things up a bit.
So we talk about recognizing this situation, and there's no question they got to get something off. A great shot by Sandra Mulroney, really.
Okay.
That worked out pretty well for the Anderson side with the way the Bluestone is now in position in the top of the 8th foot. It couldn't have gone worse, really, for Kleibrink's team.
Yeah.
Another guard.
Kim Hodson,
Bring it real tight, guys.
Mulroney, and Gignac on the
We're going
brushes.
sideways here.
And is it ever going sideways?
Well, she must have thrown it inside, Vic, because you heard Sherry shout right out of her hand. And that out turn going away does curl a little bit. The end turn running a little bit straighter going down that way.
Like
Chance to run that back.
And leave this one right there.
Yeah. Okay.
This turn look better?
There's not much room with the intern.
Okay,
This is the stone. Running it back onto this one right there.
Jan Betker.
It's good.
Whoa, close. Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
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 Close. Yep.
No.
Nice shot, Jan.
That's a very nice shot indeed.
Exchanges stones, and now the possibility is there for Kleibrink to maybe get her deuce.
Well, I don't know.
What's the other option?
Well, I want something we can play with eventually and get shot rock.
Let's go get shot.
Okay. Right on the center line. You kind of tipped that, eh?
White stone on the button
What did
is
you just
shot.
say? I think you kind of tipped that in. That's why that moves so bad.
Yeah, I think so.
That was a very nice way of saying it, Sherry.
And Kim took it. I think I did.
I think so.
Because her weight was fine. She just got it started, as you mentioned earlier. You just can't do that on
Line's better.
ice like this. It's a perfect
Can you let
surface.
it move a bit?
Shorty and all the top ice makers in the
guys.
country, Hans, Woodridge, and all of them, Lloyd's, Danzo, they all make the ice to
Okay.
curl,
Okay.
and
Whoa. Whoa. That's good. Okay.
so when you
Shot.
start them, they really curl.
Well, Sherry talked about getting a rock into a position to actually go for the steal, but I think at this point,
Is she sure we're shot?
it's a pretty nice situation.
Like this?
It was like it picked.
I'm pretty sure we are yet.
Do we want to come in that deep with this one?
Sherry thinks you're shot, Shannon.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think we want to be 4 foot.
This isn't bad.
Top 8?
Well, if we can get to the button, that's better.
Well, I don't think so. Is it? Well, but then they just...
If we leave it here, it's just giving her something to run into it, though. Pretty much got to go there.
Well, the difference of opinion here, you can hear what Jan Betker was saying, that she thinks that, you don't want it too deep.
Yeah, it's two very different philosophies.
Yeah.
Jan
Mine's a
saying
little
set
tight.
it up, wait to
Mine's
make
good.
the move into the button, and Shannon say go right now.
Room. Where's
Mine's
she?
good. There. T-line.
Well then.
Weight's great.
Close. Yep.
Are we
Hurry.
heavy?
Yep. You're not by. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Okay. Whoa. Whoa.
No, it's ticking.
That's good. Shot.
Okay. We have to hit and roll off that one.
It's enough
Can't
for
leave
us.
it.
Weight was good, eh?
Sherry Anderson will take her usual trot down, and as she gets ready to throw her first.
I like just a no hit and flop, guys. I want to leave it kind of open, though, Donna, so I can play on it.
Yeah. Okay.
She can't afford to play on those,
No.
but I can.
You heard what she said. Hit and flop. She can't afford to play on it.
Those are two rocks in the button area in such a good position for Sherry with the blue in front of the white.
Whoa, in, whoa,
Whoa! Whoa! We want to get at least to the nose, guys. Whoa!
Curl up.
Okay.
Flip in. No.
right.
Sits right there.
It was
Coming up at 7 Eastern Time, the next edition of Sports Desk, Corey Warren has it for you. Sports Desk at 7, and then at 8 Eastern, we'll all be back from here at the Tartan Club in Regina.
Well, you can try and hit and flop this way.
Do we even want to do that, or do we want to just let her? If we just hit and roll away, what's she going to do?
She's going to guard it.
And then we might have a draw. Well, I think she will.
What's that?
Because if we put it in the middle there, then she's going to try this because she's got nothing to lose.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
You like to hit on the nose?
I either like the hit on the nose or roll away a little bit.
She's got nothing to lose, really. Oh, yeah. Well, whatever you want to play.
Or draw there.
I don't really like that because if you...
She can't ever get rid of ours.
I don't like that. Sure she can.
Well,
if we sit it here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Okay, let's hit this then. Even if we just nose it, it's good.
Yeah.
Just nose it.
You guys like nose that? We might have a chance to pump it to the button.
Okay.
Trying to take away the blue stone for Sherry and leaving the white one there so that Jan and company can try and line something up with the last one.
Whoa. Yep.
3. Whoa.
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 Yep.
Want to hit it right on the nose and sit right there.
Whoa.
Shannon Kleibrink in her first.
Shot, Shannon's good.
And that's what she does.
Well, they're looking at the shot. Listen to them. They're looking at the shot stones, but there's no question the white is.
No?
They played the whole end. It would be awful foolish if it's not. But
Okay,
the
so
white.
how do you want to play it? You want to play it to pick this one, or you want to play it to come on top?
I'm going like this.
Oh, you're playing it that way. Okay, then.
I don't think I can hurt
Yeah,
myself.
no, you can't. I don't mind that. Okay, I'm gonna just make sure who's shot here, though. I see the ice. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think I can hurt myself, guys. I mean, if they're shot, I guess I give her a draw to the can for 2. I could guard it, but she's going to have some sort of angle anyway. So
Trying to spill the shooter in towards the button.
Okay, that's more ice than what I. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I wasn't real sure.
Gonna hit it thin, Linda, and
Yeah, and Shannon
spill it in.
said there's really not a lot of risk in this shot the way those rocks on the button are set up.
Final stone for Sherry Anderson in this end worth $5,700.
Hurry!
Come off it. What a great shot.
Nice shot.
that's what you played all the way.
Well, it didn't hit exactly the way they wanted, but it turned out not bad.
She hit it thin enough to get to the face of that one, Linda. So she said she came off the back of the front one, which is always the possibility, of course.
Right? So we got to try it with
We don't have anything real thin.
what's that?
Can't. No, I don't think.
No.
Not even sideways.
No.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the rocks
Try
are
it back.
dead even, so for Sherry it worked out pretty well.
It's going to be both. But I don't think
Worked out great.
we got to a bump, I think.
Yeah.
It might. Yeah.
The problem is a nose hit on the one that's wide open won't give Shannon shot
is there.
rock.
No, it isn't.
It's got to curl past the guard.
Could you
Yeah.
skinny this over and make a thin double here? You lose your shooter. You got
Yeah.
your 2 counters sitting at the top of the 12.
That's what she's trying, I think.
Yeah?
Well, we were thinking the only, because this one's actually a little bit behind, I don't think that's there. Do you want to go look?
We don't have anything else, you guys. Just throw it, because we're wasting time.
Well, they're thinking thin. This isn't there across it. There's no way.
There's no way
I
across.
can only just see all.
Can you think of anything else?
Real thin, high, hard one.
No.
They're not close enough, are are they? Yeah, they're not close enough.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, they're pretty
I don't
close.
think so.
Well, then we don't have anything.
I don't think that's even possible.
Do you want to call timeout? Timeout and look at it?
Well, I think this is the call because the other one's not there.
The only way we can do this is just bending real hard past the guard.
Okay.
No, Will, I think it's a question of weight.
Just a little
The
more than
problem
hack.
is to get the curl that Ray has
Just a
told
little
us
more than
about.
hack.
Yeah, I
Gotta
think
be
you have to
moving
pull
by
the
the
weight
guard.
back.
Play it quietly. Yeah.
Final stone looking at a skin for $5,700.
Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Guard. Whoa.
Whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Got it passed.
Okay, good
They
try.
do.
Okay.
One blue means the steal of $5,700 for the defending champion, Sherry Anderson. And so when we come back, the game will be on the line. Anderson, that close to making it through to the final. Kleibrink and company will have to win everything from here on out.
Good shot, Sandra.
That was
So it's all on the line here in this
Like that, or you want
eighth
this?
as we play for $2,100. That's the skin.
No.
Shannon Kleibrink must have the money,
Yeah, I like that.
or at least force the carryover. Sherry Anderson is at the point of
Get more.
getting through to the final and having a chance to defend her skins championship as we play the last of the lead rocks. This is Marcy
No
Gooderite.
line yet.
Lots more weight.
Kleibrink needing the two.
Line's good.
Little tap.
Well, the last end's a good example, Linda, of Sandra Mulrooney came up with an absolutely super freeze in the rock that was on the forefoot. And, you know, that later on allowed Sherry Anderson to get a little fortune on a rock that she played. Whoa, that caught something.
Good throw, Mars.
Now it's a bad break for Marcy, who's been playing very well in this game. You can see the numbers at 91%. And Donna Gignac at 77%. And we've seen a few hits from these lead players. We sometimes see none. But that was too bad. It seems like some ends, you get all the bad breaks. Sherry Anderson last end got a very good break on her hit. Nice shot, but a good break as well.
This is Sandra Mulroney.
Oh, wait, still there.
Whoa.
I'm just cleaning.
Okay. Okay.
Go share. Go share.
That's good.
Shot.
Okay. Shot, Sandra.
Let's take a look back to that final shot of Shannon Kleibrink. This is the Husky key shot of the seventh.
Well, Sherry played this, but she got a little better result than what we expected the way she hit it, Linda. She came across a little too much, and it comes across and catches the back of the white stone and goes to the forefoot. And as those stones set up, I really don't think the shot that Shannon Kleibrink played was even there.
When we talk about breaks, if Sherry's rocks had rolled a little bit further apart, it was a fairly easy shot left for Shannon Kleibrink to get at least near the button, if not score the skin. But they were dead even. Very, very tough position for Shannon.
Rubbing off this.
Quite a wide open
I don't
end
think there's any
here.
sense hitting.
No, I was thinking straight guard is what we were thinking. That's okay.
Well, straight guard isn't terrible. But let's try to get him behind here.
Playing the split. This is the young lady that made the big freeze last end.
Whoa,
Ribbed.
Whoa, we got plenty, I think.
Whoa, whoa.
Just cleaning.
Whoa, no line. Oh, tons, don't we?
Well, she knows.
Yeah.
Back 8. Whoa.
Maybe not back.
Okay.
All right. That's all right, Sandra.
Okay.
Well, as we say, sometimes the stats don't tell the whole tale, because that freeze last end by Sandra really turned the game around. They have a chance now to pull away from the Kleibrink team, and McCusker has a slight edge in numbers. I don't think either second would be terribly happy with those numbers, though.
You know what I mean?
Okay, nose is all right too.
Joan McCusker.
A little less weight, maybe.
Yep. 3.
Doubles there.
We get neither.
Okay,
No,
that's all right.
it's the roll.
Yep.
Thing we
Try to
do
get it
here.
4.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I have to give you this turn, I think, Kim. Yeah, no, I like that.
Sherry's in a great position, and this is the attitude she should be taking. And she knows that she get one more skin, she can walk it home. And she's got lots of chances, 3 big chances, 8th, 9th, and 10 to do so.
Whoa,
So she's staying on the offense, and rightly so. We've seen too many teams kind of go to the defense and try and protect their lead with defensive play, and it just doesn't work in the skins game.
Hurry, what we got? Yeah, for line, you gotta go. Hurry, we're gonna just, yeah, quick. We're gonna just line it right up. Quick, guys, quick. Hard.
That's just wait, because
right.
Sherry called for a long guard.
How'd that get there that quick?
Well, Kim has really been struggling. She'd be the first to admit this is not one of her better games. 55%. It's not a number I'm sure she's accustomed to. Jen Becker, solid draws and hits at 75%.
Whoa!
Close. Whoa.
Whoa!
This is Jan Betker.
Yep! Hurry! Hard!
Run it back, 1, 2, and just runs it by. And now squirts the raised stone, top 4, back 4. And Anderson in great position here to possibly steal.
Sometimes when it goes bad, it goes very, very bad.
Yeah, that was a big ouch.
Looks so good all the way. I guess they did actually have to brush it all the way, and Shannon was calling them off it.
Line's fine.
Whoa, we're in,
Long
aren't
way
we?
to go.
Whoa, no line.
Tight.
Your line's okay.
Tight's okay.
Your line's okay.
Whoa, not in.
Whoa.
Shot.
All right.
Now you got to run that back and try and get something opened up.
A little more weight. Normal up a little.
Make the double, sit right there. At least the stones in front will be white.
That's right. Some rocks to use later.
Whoa! Yep! Whoa!
The guard's a little too deep that came through as well.
Hard! Hurry!
Big brush from Gooderite McCusker. Run it back at 1.
Been off it.
Oh, and the shooter rolled to a bad spot.
It's overlapping now, too.
Nothing now. We needed to know that. What are we doing out here?
There's too much up there. Do you think there's a hole there? What do you want to guard? I think we want to guard for shots that when you're not. There's absolutely nothing here.
Well, Jen's right. They had to hit it on the nose if you're going to jam like that, because now you see what's happened to the front stones are all overlapped.
There's a hole there, Kim. Plenty of a hole.
I'm just thinking peel it away.
Yeah, but then she's going to rattle those around.
This is the hole we're talking about.
And then it won't be sitting quite so good.
Okay.
I think let's guard it. This didn't curl quite as much.
I think I'd like to be right there.
Yep.
And they're just playing a guard.
Now that stone that's sitting over there in the 12-foot, there's a white stone on the outside. There it is. I mean, that's just a little sleeper that might come into play if you're Kleibrink.
That's your safety. That's a way to try to get in if all else fails on your first.
Okay, so 16 for guard.
If you had hit that last one on the nose, as Jan was talking about, then at least you'd have 2 stones out in front there that you could maneuver back. But when it hit it and rolled to the outside, they overlapped, and all the white stones are in such poor position
That's
for
fairly tight.
Kleibrink.
Oh, no, we don't want to disturb those yellow rocks. Jeez.
No, you don't. You don't want to touch the white ones.
No, not at all, guys. I don't want to touch that yellow one.
No, you certainly
There aren't
don't,
any
Cherry.
yellow ones there. White ones.
It's actually white, but we know what you mean, Cherry.
They're white.
Don't.
Okay.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's not
Well, some of the biggest shots have come from the skips getting their teams out of trouble, even though the numbers are low. Both skips in the 60% range overall. They've both made some really big shots, including, of course, that last end shot by Sherry to take the cash.
But she did touch the whites as she hurt herself by doing that.
One's hanging around anyways.
Well, these aren't lined up very well, Vic. I don't know. I mean, I think I would be trying to get run this one, maybe run this one here back and get something open up here.
This one here. Remember, she hit it really
You know, you might even get lucky, you know, and get the rock off the forefoot. She has this one out here coming across this way, or I think she might be trying to draw.
Okay. Just real thin.
I think she is playing the in off.
Okay. We're going for the double. Okay.
Cross the ring double.
I think she would have saved it if that guard out in front had been positioned better. There isn't a lot left.
No.
Yep.
No.
Whoa.
No. You don't have anything. Yep. Get
Very
it right.
thin.
Yep. Okay, never mind.
And nothing.
She taps that one.
She does have, she has a straight draw though.
Right.
But if I do this,
We're gonna do something with that rock.
does she have anything?
No.
Well, yeah, but
Do we want to try
No,
this?
it's not a
Do we,
real-
okay, well, you don't want to sit right here. Well, what's that going to hurt us any? Wide open here, other than she can come off it. I like peel.
She's got the draw.
She's got the tap. She can't block everything. She's either got the draw or she's got that quiet tap. Well, that quiet tap isn't there.
No, it's angles.
No,
It's
it's
angled
not
out.
there.
She's got a straight draw. I'm just thinking if I roll there, I can take that away. It's one of the
Or we can just, well, okay. Okay. We'll
either waste this.
either waste it or we're rolling it.
No, she's got a draw almost to the can. Let's make her draw.
Yeah.
I'll go across this.
You're going across space?
Yeah.
So she's decided then what she's gonna do is just peel this stone.
Are you trying to speed me up? Okay.
If you
Talk
went
to her,
back to
she's
the
talking to us.
stats and looked at how Shannon is playing, you'd try to leave
We'll
her a
just
hit,
waste that.
not a draw, because she's
I was
actually
thinking
struggled
roll
with her
and take away
hits in
her
the
draw,
game.
'cause she
Only
can draw the
40% on those types of
We'll
shots.
just waste it. Across the top.
The other thing too, Linda, is that this intern will move. It'll come big time. So if you catch the right weight, there's lots of the forefoot to catch. You can actually touch the button with this intern draw, and that's all you're going to have. If she'd hit this and roll to the spot that she talked about, she could take the draw away.
Yeah, playing the roll in. Yep.
No, it's not.
Whoa, yeah.
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 No, it's not.
Well, okay.
Oh, she'll sit right there.
Sorry, care to dance?
Ah, sorry, it's a little bit thinner.
That's all she's got. She's got the intern draw.
Yeah,
She can
right
get to the button.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
This is higher.
This intern, we talked about how it curls, and she can get to the
No,
she can get to this button right
No.
here with the intern draw.
I don't think so. I don't think it's possible to roll off the back of that one.
So you think we have to make the straight double real thin?
Well, I don't know. Either that or you can draw here.
Just draw there. That's exactly right,
Okay,
Jen.
yeah.
I don't know.
We gotta go pretty far out.
What's that?
We gotta go out to here, eh? Can we get there?
I think so. Should
Yeah.
finish very hard, shouldn't
Yeah, I
it?
think
Oh
I
yeah,
like
it'll
that.
finish hard
Okay.
there.
Well, this is
I mean, it's there.
this is the path that
Yeah,
you
that's
said
easier, I
had the
think.
hot spot.
Yeah,
Is that enough ice?
this turn's been curling all day. You could definitely get to the edge of the button. There's no question.
Yeah, it'll break.
She needs to get to the edge of the button. She needs full forefoot to be shot stone to force the carryover. Sherry Anderson in position right now to steal the skin, pick up the $2,100, put her over the top and into Sunday's final. Final stone, Shannon Kleibrink here in the 8th.
She didn't get right out to the broom, I
Quite
don't
get out
think,
there.
Linda. She didn't quite.
Yes, for
You heard,
line.
you heard
Yeah, you
Jan
got
say
Yes for life.
she just didn't get out to the stick.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not by. Yep, we're gonna tick then.
No, we're
We're not ready.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
And buy it. And so the skin, the money, The game will go to Sherry Anderson, and the defending champions are through to Sunday's final at $11,000. And we still have plenty to play for when we come back.
Now we can pick it up.
We're back with you at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Second semifinal from here in Regina. Kelly Law, the reigning Canadian. Scott Tournament of Hearts winner, Ford World Champion, going against the qualifier Renelle Bryden. $5,500 remaining in the final two ends as we play here in the ninth. And in this ninth, we're playing for $2,500. A $3,000 skin is available in 10. Once again, Shannon Kleibrink has the hammer. She'll look to score 2.
We can actually get 4 foot. Whoa,
But Sherry Anderson, the defending champion,
well, I don't know what you want here.
is guaranteed a spot in Sunday's final, as she has gone over the top, sitting now with $11,000.
Well, it's been a combination of a lot of things. Joan and Jan and Marcy and Shannon have not executed as well as they hoped, obviously. A few bad breaks on their part, and some just terrific shots by Sherry Anderson herself, because her third, Kim Hodson, has not played that terrific a game. Sherry has made some great shots for carryovers, and of course, a big one that ended up a big steal in 7.
Gotta go, Joan. Nice shot.
Nice shot by Joan McCusker.
And Ray and Skins, I think that's really a lot of the story. It's the timing of the big shots for either team that often determines the outcome.
Well, for sure. I mean, you go right back to last week in Fredericton, where even as as far along as the ninth end, if Wayne Madaw with his first one in that ninth end hits the stone. There was 4 stones lined up. If he hits a stone properly, he can move all 4 stones, and he would have a shot with his last one. So it's big shots like that that can really turn. As it turned out, he ended up with no shot with his last one either. And you've seen that a couple of times here this afternoon. A couple of fortunate breaks by Sherry Anderson, but with those breaks, she also made some great shots, and that was the difference. Because you're right, Kim Hodson did struggle, and then you saw the last, and Jan Bedker just, unfortunately, a little bit of maybe a brushing communication problem, and they got the head 4 rocks in front, but they just took them right out of play with some bad angles. It happens.
Okay. That's right.
But there's still $5,500 available, as Vic mentioned, and that's a couple of Christmas presents.
Nothing to sneeze at, if I might say, me with the cold.
That's about what Jane will be spending on me this Christmas, I think, Vic.
Wait only. Room. Lots of room. You gotta go.
Since I bought her that beautiful 4-wheeler last year.
Okay, just tight, guys.
Which she's never forgiven me for.
And you didn't even hang the gold chain off the handlebars. It was just the 4-wheeler. How was the 4-wheeler in the summer for you, Ray?
Oh, it was wonderful. I'm not sure Jane ever rode it.
Get rid of those?
You can double peel those. We gotta get one for a carryover, right?
We get around here.
Those are just still 8 foot.
I don't like those because
Or we can get rid of those.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, normal up.
Yep.
Jan Bedker.
It's the moment for the bailout. Get things open and try to set it up after.
Hard, guys. Hurry.
Roll it, Joan.
Right up. Right
Roll
up.
it, Joan.
Right up. That's good. Shot.
Good shot by Jan.
Immediately following our coverage, Corey Warren is standing by with the next edition of Sports Desk.
You don't suppose Jane would like a snowmobile?
Oh, but she did mention something about a personal watercraft. I think that if you get it in her color, she'd probably appreciate that.
I think I've pushed it too far already.
For line.
Yep.
Hard for line. Hurry for line.
Hard. Okay, on top over there, Sandra.
Little roll, Sandra. Yep. Whoa.
That's fine.
That's when you know it's going bad, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Like this?
I yelled luck.
Kim was a little inside again and got the nice rub guarding the shot rock.
Or no? Really?
Lots of room, though, for the outturn come around, getting behind the 2 white stones.
Sometimes, Ray, it's not as much the shot and the outcome as just the frustration of seeing it happen. And that's one of the things as a player, you just have to try and forget about it and move on to your shot.
Terrific point.
Still around.
Just can't let those little things get you down, and they do easily. You know, I'm sure the golfers experience the same kind of thing when they see their opponents or other players hit trees and go onto the fairway, and they hit trees and go into the water, you know.
Oh, the weight's the same.
Nice shot by Jan Becker. They can see half of it.
Pick it out.
Had to curl a little bit more, make the shot more difficult for Sherry.
Your call.
And with the $11,000 that she has won so far, Sherry Anderson becomes the all-time money-winning leader, surpassing Sandra Schmerler's team, who had accumulated $74,850 to this point. And of course, she'll have a chance to add a lot more in Sunday's final when we double the money. And then the additional bonus of $11,000 that goes to the winner.
Hurry!
Hard!
Quick!
Gignac, Mulroney. Big scrub if they're going to get it by that white one, and they don't.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Tuck that in.
Just got it inside.
Little piece of it.
What's that?
To get shot, we got to be full, eh? Full 8?
Yeah.
Or do we want to just throw it?
Well,
Guess we got to try it. Show her a piece.
the only thing is if we
gotta
do come in, and bury it better, then she's got the hit and roll.
And we got to make sure we're second. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about just tight?
And tap it. And tap it to here.
Yeah, that's true. Leave her a double though, don't we? Not if we got right to the inside of it. We could throw it for here.
Okay, let's do that then. I like that. Okay, let's go.
Well, those were the options they talked about. They're going to go right to that spot with a touch smaller stone.
Just got to get to the inside of that. Yeah. No. Oh, same ice as Jan. Did she throw any extra?
Is this a little less than what I had?
Yeah, maybe just an inch more.
Is this less than what I had?
It's the same.
Yeah, well, we don't want more ice then, do
No,
we?
not really. So it should be good because she had lots of room by the guard.
Yeah, she did.
We had a lot. Okay, she said she didn't think
You know,
she
we're
did.
playing the 9th,
Did
and
she? A little more? Okay.
time may be a factor for both these teams with one end still to play. Remember, they do have 3 one-minute timeouts they can use, but you saw the Kleibrink team now at 7:55 and counting down. Anderson is under 6 minutes.
Hurry. Where are we?
No wait.
No wait?
Short.
Try and bounce it a little bit and set up a possible raise.
Okay.
I think there's a hole there now,
I
though.
think there is.
Was that short? It wasn't, was it?
Well, it was top 12. Yeah.
I don't mind. Okay, there's a hole. I'm gonna be firmer. Okay, and I'll throw it better. You guys like playing the hole? Yeah,
They've taken less ice, playing more weight, trying to take the curl out of the
I don't mind
equation.
playing it. The thing is, if I take that top one on the broom side, I mean, if I don't make it, she's got a pretty easy shot for her too, but that's okay.
Well, the hole's definitely there. It's the only shot you got to play.
No.
Okay, up.
Close, no, close. Yeah.
Final stone for Sherry Anderson.
Whoa, whoa, I'm a little concerned about hitting this one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Roll over a bit.
It must have caught something.
Okay. That just went absolutely sideways.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Baby, hey? Yeah. That's what
You didn't think I got out there.
Well, you were close, but you need a little bit more weight. Actually, I
same
think.
ice, though, eh?
Well, you
John
had about-
McCusker is going down the ice and cleaning, so I think they feel that
Yeah, I think
they caught something as well.
Yeah, it went sideways for sure. She just definitely caught something.
About 6 feet more weight, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Tap this back.
It'll come over with more weight, though.
Get your
Yeah.
two.
Yeah. Just a half-inch less. No, that's good.
Less?
No, it's good.
You what?
Tap it back. Full 8 foot for the deuce that would give you the $2,500 skid. Final stone, Shannon Kleibrink.
Weight's good. Line's good.
Right on.
Yeah, it's heading.
It's really
Okay, line's
moving.
good.
Wait only.
Line's good. It's there. Weight only. Are we heavy?
Got enough? Now, will it stop in time? Has to stop.
Good.
It's good.
And it will. Nice raise for the
We're having
two
enough
to
trouble
get the
getting
skin
those
of the
two.
$2,500. Shannon Kleibrink here in the ninth. The money comes a little too late. Sherry Anderson is already through to the final, but there's still $3,000 to play for when we come back.
The 2000 JVC TSN Women's Skins Game from Regina, Saskatchewan is brought to you by JVC. Excite your senses. Your Husky and Mohawk ethanol, gasoline, and fuel retailers. Kia. It's about time everyone had a well-made car. Microsoft eSolutions. Where you get your ideas is your business. Helping you make them work is ours. And Robin's Donuts, still rockin' after all these years.
When you look at the monies won, yeah, those 7 and 8, they were the big ends for Sherry Anderson. Put her over the top, playing for the final skin here in the 10th of $3,000 in this opening semifinal here at the Tartan Club in Regina. Sherry Anderson, the defending skins champion, will have a chance to defend. She's through to the final Sunday afternoon as we play lead stones.
No line.
Noelle, it's not moving. Go around.
Oh. Ah.
They were trying to play a tap here, and there is that one spot when you throw
All right,
the
Donna.
extra weight on this particular
Sorry, guys.
piece of ice where it goes straighter. Got lots of weight though
Corner
too.
freeze.
You like the same thing?
Joan McCusker.
Whoa, more line.
A couple of nice shots in there played by Marcy, and Joan will try the
Got it,
come
girl.
around.
We're just, yeah.
Where is she?
Here. Top 8.
She passed this?
No. Don't think so. Coming?
It's coming now. Yep, yep, yep. Right to it, right to it. That's
good.
fine. Good shot.
Sherry Anderson playing the blue stones, has the hammer, so she'll need to score the 2 to pick up the skin.
Yep.
Sandra Mulroney.
Hard.
Trying to get the run back.
Whoa, whoa. Yeah. All right.
And she'll get rid of 2 of them. The raised stone and the one behind still leaves Kleibrink lying 1.
Same weight.
Little less.
A little less ice.
It's less.
Yeah, it's less. Less weight.
Line's the same. Room. Line's good. Got a curl.
We gotta make sure we're tight.
Close for 9. Where's she?
Less weight. Top 12 maybe.
Room.
Got a guard.
3. All it goes. Hurry. Tuck that corner. Hurry, 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 hurry. Hurry, 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 hurry. Great Great shot. Atta girl.
Terrific shot. Sherry's
Tucks
gonna
the corner, yeah.
have to keep trying to bail out of
Well,
this.
you want to try that same thing? Run it back.
Wait.
Yep.
Sherry Anderson looking for the draw to the putt. And it looks like Linda to get this skin if possible by just trying to keeping it open so she can
Run it back again. Gets one.
Oh,
Gets them both.
nice.
Great shot by Sandra Mulroney.
I talk about a couple of key shots in this game. They've come from Sandra.
Boy, I'll say that. What a good shot that is.
Oh, good thing you came to curl.
That wasn't an easy angle either.
No. It just turns Sandra right around. All of a sudden now you can maybe get your 2 points, you know?
It's not curl. Let's wait. Well, if you can, it's not curling now.
Jan Bedker.
Got a curl.
Top 4.
T-line.
Can you go now?
No.
Okay.
Just a little bit less weight. Sweeping weight would have been perfect.
Top 4.
Yep.
It's behind the tee line.
That's a little slicker this way.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, Sports Desk is immediately following with Corey Warren.
Yep.
Wait only.
90.
We're there.
Whoa.
Wait only.
Whoa.
No.
Oh, we swept her.
No.
Whoa,
I'm
then.
off
We're
then.
back, are we? Lightning. Shoot.
No.
No, no, no. No.
Jesus. All right.
Sorry, Kim.
So the defending skins champion has won 11 grand so far and still has a chance for 3,000 more. Brunelle Bryden and Kelly Law will be our next semifinal when we rejoin you at 8 Eastern time.
Well, if you can.
Line's good. Whoa, if you can, guys.
Well, if you can.
Out there.
Gotta be here.
Way out there.
Are you
Way
right to
out
it?
there.
Are you to it?
Not moving one bit.
Yeah, then hard. Right to it. No line. Right here's
No,
good.
no, don't go right
here's
to
good.
it, do ya?
Top 4. I mean, top button. There. That's good. Okay. Figure out.
That out turn coming down just does not break, Linda. It just, you know, we a little bit of movement on the other side of the sheet, but not
I
that
can
out turn.
see 3/4, but is the shot not just a freeze to it? No? Okay.
What? No, let's blast her out of there.
That's a woman that has a lot of confidence and 11,000 in cash on her side of the board.
Yep. Whoa! 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 Way. Up.
No.
Up.
Going out farther.
Angled across and across the face.
Same ice as me? A little bit less. Okay.
No, I know.
This should be good.
Skip Stones to come here in this 10th worth 3,000.
This is the same. With too much room with Jan's, really. Okay, just an inch more.
It's a good.
Just an inch more, Jen.
I haven't come close to that guard.
Yeah, okay. And it's the same here?
Can't see all that top tight guard.
There's a good look at it from behind. You can see the long guard that she wants to get around the guard to the top of the button.
Same as Jan's.
Line's good.
Good. Line's good. It's got to move.
Wait's good.
Okay,
Shannon
it's gotta
Kleibrink
move.
and her
Wait till it
first.
makes a move. Where are we? Yep. Oh, not too deep. Not too deep. Not too deep. Oh, babe. Oh, babe. Oh, babe. Okay. Okay.
Just won't move there. Just do a curl.
Just won't come as right, Shannon.
Make sure I got it. I got to make
Yeah.
sure.
What did I give you for that?
I thought mid-8.
They'll just play down to it. You can't see enough of that white one to play the kind of shot they played earlier.
We gotta, well, yeah, we gotta make sure we're shot. But just inches though, Sandy. An inch or two.
It's pretty.
Well, we gotta get to the face of it.
What were we getting? 14?
Fast here.
Yeah. Slick spotting.
14 and a half, eh?
Yeah.
Line's good.
Sherry Anderson.
Whoa.
And you see that she's down under a minute.
Whoa.
Only
She
if you
still does have 3
Whoa.
1-minute timeouts to use.
No, wait.
No line.
Okay, you're gonna have to wait as long as you can.
Wait,
no,
if you
we don't have
can.
line, guys.
Wait.
It doesn't matter. Whoa.
Wait.
No.
No, bounce off.
No,
Guys,
and you got
curl.
the weight too. We're fine.
Got it,
Whoa.
girl.
We're gonna hit that and swap in, hey?
Think?
Yeah, because we can't leave him a shot for 2. Even if we.
What shot for 2 would she have? How's she gonna get rid of that?
Yeah.
Well, I think we leave it to her. I know.
She's just gonna get a shot, but what if we put it like right here?
What if we stick it right?
I'll put it right here.
Yeah, this is better, because then she doesn't have.
Yeah, she saws off her arm and to get rid of that one for 1.
I think if she could jam that in there for 2, she might be able to.
I don't know.
Just
Maybe
hit it real
doesn't
thin.
have to move this one very far.
No.
Well, but unless we're right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind right there.
Okay.
Same, yeah.
Okay, that's quite a bit more.
Well, same as we had.
Either that or we do this.
No, I don't think so.
But hate to
Leave it
sit there
wide
then,
open.
yeah.
You have to roll then. I like
Hit and
doing the
roll
same
versus
thing.
the draw,
Just
and
a
they've
little
decided on the
further
draw.
in,
Yeah.
Full 4. It's the same as we had last time. I thought I threw it right up. I didn't move.
It was funny when Sherry threw her last rock race, she actually took a lot more ice and it didn't curl. So this looks like the right spot for the broom.
Further out, a little bit further
Now
out,
just a
guys.
question of the weight.
Final stone for Shannon
Well, if you can.
Kleibrink. You may have taken note that the 3 1-minute timeouts have been added to the time for Sherry Anderson,
Line's
so
good.
she's no longer in time trouble.
Whereabouts are we here?
We're top 4.
Okay, that's.
Hurry!
Yep. There.
Oh,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Great shot.
Yeah, that's a good shot. That's right.
You think we can see enough of this?
Line 2,
good sweeping.
and needing 1 to steal the money.
Will that give us a shot?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you think you have?
I gotta just hair that. I don't think I have anything else.
Do you think this is here?
Yeah. I think
Yeah?
so. Well, do you see anything else?
That's right. Good comment, Sherry.
Okay.
Tell me if you see
What
something,
can you
Kim.
see this one?
I don't think it's going to go anywhere, though, is it? There's a good look at it from the top.
Again, Kim, if I play off my own, I gotta throw some weight to get some movement. If I hit it there, I just have to bite.
I don't think we can get in off of that, can we?
I'm just not convinced it's there.
Well, but I don't think this is
But
there.
you don't think that's there
Well,
either? Okay.
I'm jamming it into here. She's gonna be full. This isn't full in the 4. And she's going to be.
If you go into the crotch, you don't think that's going to skid back enough?
No,
Nope.
I don't think so.
Okay then.
We'll throw a regular hit on
The
it.
2 blue stones at the top of the house are, you can see the wrong angle to tap anything up.
Gotta hit and flop off my own. I don't think there's anything else. That double, I'm just
She's not
jamming
even
it
sure
back,
this
and I
is
don't
there,
think we'll be
Ray.
shot raw.
But I don't think that driving the
Hit and
white one
flop
back
off
into
hard.
the
You gotta just skin by
is not
theirs.
there. Like I don't
Gotta
think
bite the button.
driving
Her top rock
this
is
stone
flat.
here into this situation. Remember, there's a rock out here. Is going to get her anything because it's going to jam, and that's going to be the shot right there. Just has to sneak by the top
Yep.
White one in the forefoot.
Yep. Oh.
Looking to get the shot stone to force a carry over here.
Whoa. No.
Maroney and Gignac back right off. And the final skin of $3,000 will go to Shannon Kleibrink. So a big finish for Kleibrink. Bedker, McCusker, and Gooderite. But it's Anderson, the defending champion, who will move through to Sunday's final. We're back with you at 8 Eastern Time. The reigning Canadian champion, Kelly Law, goes against this year's qualifier, Brunel Bryden from Calgary. Congratulations to Sherry Anderson. Her team wins $11,000. To Shannon Kleibrink, $8,500. Stay with us. Sports Desk is coming up. This is the JVC TSN Women's Skins Game from Regina.